to episode 513 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for January 24th, 2026. I am one of your hosts, Daniel Nicholson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's been going on, Dominic?
All right, man, we're getting ready for this winter storm that's happening. By the time you hear this
Yeah.
broadcast, we have been already
Don't know
covered.
if we survived or not.
Yeah. So we're getting into the big storm. But I don't know when the last time we had a storm. I can't. That order I get, I don't even feel like trying to think about it. I'm still thinking about the Blizzard '96, Daniel.
The last one I remember, I was still at Target. So
yeah,
it's been
I remember the storm then. Yeah,
quite a while. That's
and
the
there
last,
was there was a
big
storm
one
when I
remember.
was at. It was storms after that. It's just but I do remember that. Yeah, I remember that because I remember that's when we were playing together on Xbox, or at least talking through the chats on Xbox. Then, because I remember, them calling saying, "Hey, stores aren't open" or something.
There was definitely a storm when I was working down in Rockville, because I remember driving there and then getting there, and I was the first one there, despite the fact that I was the farthest away. And then my manager got there, and he's like, "What are you doing here? Like, we should probably leave early." And I'm like, I wish you would have just texted me 2 hours ago to let me know I didn't need to try and get here.
It was the storm that happened when I was in Walmart also, and store was closed. I don't think I even bothered calling because I just said I ain't going out here.
Yeah, and everybody already knows.
Yeah, but somebody did go. And there were some people I know because the store was already technically open at a time, so some people were already there, and there was some one of my managers, because they get there real early, so before it was officially closed, she was already there. But there was one guy who did come because he didn't hear the news or listen to the news or anything. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it only depends how you look at it. He ended up being there for 2 or 3 days, at the store, but all paid, for all those hours.
Wow. He had to stock the shelves the entire time, though.
Yeah, he said he just helped a bit, to straighten things up, and things they still work 8 hours of his time, but after 8 hours, he did what he's do what he want, but you still got paid because he was in the store, so he said,
I am not clocking out.
Yeah, but she told him that. Yeah, you just don't. Yeah, you just don't clock out. So it's well, at least you got that. But it's darn, man, but you didn't. It's the way it was snowing, you didn't take the call or something. He used to start maybe they'll leave early. I think
it was it wasn't that bad when I was on my way.
Yeah, I'm thinking yo, but you you live in Baltimore City and you coming up the street basically. I don't know. It's just I was you just watch the news. You didn't know the news how bad it was going to be. Maybe that I was away because I'm just thinking I wouldn't even do it trek it. But anyway, so he did. I'm trying to think because he had to catch the bus, and I'm trying to think when did the buses stop? Because I used to catch a bus, and I thought that was probably one of the main reasons I didn't go because I didn't know the bus was going to come or not. And I wondered, did his bus come? Maybe it did. Maybe it did. It was still, it did run. Because I heard they was going to stop at a certain time. I think he's actually close enough. He said he can walk. He can walk to work sometimes. It's not a short walk, but it's I think at the most 30 minutes. And he's the kind of guy who does that. I know he was in the military, so that's nothing he used as exercise thing. I don't know. But I'm just thinking man, you crazy. You crazy you just got here. I mean, it was but whatever.
Dominic, I forgot about the Snowmageddon in 2010.
And we was at Target.
Yeah. There was one in 2016 they had here.
2016 is the one. I think that's the one. That's the one that I was at Walmart, and yeah.
2003, 2010, 2009. 50 inches. Gee.
Yeah, that's a lot. 2009, that was Target also. So we had one in 2010 and 2009? Darn.
Yeah. 2009 was pre-Christmas blizzard. And then Snowmageddon was February. So like that season, that winter was bad.
Yeah, that was just a bad winter. And I'm trying to think because I used to take at a time I was taking my vacations after Christmas. Like after we finished Christmas
Mhm.
and everything, I was like, oh, I'll take my vacation. Um, like when, like I wondered, did I was it during my break? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Damn, I just don't remember that. Like I don't remember having like going snow and then going on vacation. Having snow and go on vacation. I mean, I can imagine if I was on vacation and it snowed. Like, yeah, I can see that. Um, yeah, that was a crazy. All right. So I guess we let me get to the week. By the time you hear this, you'll know who's going to the Super Bowl. We're going to have a new champion this year, of course. Yeah, I mean, we knew that from the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I still haven't put the last podcast up, so I'm still talking about the last round, the last one. But the so it's going to be between the Broncos and the Patriots. And on the NFC side, we got the Los Angeles Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. And as I said in the last podcast, like how tough that division was in the NFC West, and look, two teams now going against each other for the NFC
Mhm.
West to see who's going to go to the Super Bowl. Is it going to be Stafford again for the Rams? Um, he has won one, and can Seahawks go now with Sam Darnold, former Jets quarterback, former Vikings guy? Like he really rejuvenated himself, like with the Vikings. And but the Vikings, I guess they felt like they had a future with the quarterback they had, so they let him go to Seattle, and the Vikings are where they are, and Seattle's where they are. And I mean, it's like, darn, I don't like. Why'd you give up on Sam Darnold like that? Just like I don't know. I mean, I guess they really have big things. I mean, I'm sure they had somebody back. I was like, is there a rush for that backup? Because it wasn't like Sam Darnold. I mean, they had a great record. Like they lost. They didn't lose in the first round. They didn't win a division, but it was close. They were playing against the Lions. The Lions were great. There were two of the best teams in that division, and Lions they came out on top. They won a division, got a home. Vikings didn't, but it wasn't like it was like a disappointment. And like I don't know, it just seemed weird that they went away from so fast. Like I would have probably I don't know still held on and just had that guy back up. I mean I don't know, but whatever. Um, I have no rooting interest. I kind of rooting for New England not to get there, because New England has won a lot, in our lifetime. They had their time, and I was like, God,
Yeah.
like, can they just take a break now? Like, go suck. But
Guys, take a
you know
nap,
what?
seriously.
That's why I say fuck the Bills, because I was like, y'all had all that time. Tom
Yeah.
Brady wasn't there. That everybody else sucked. Like everybody else sucked. Like the best team you had in that division was Miami, like some years, but Miami, like they always fall short. Y'all y'all just didn't take advantage of it. Yeah, y'all didn't win it. And I mean, look, hey, you went against the Chiefs. You lost against the Chiefs, so-called best quarterback in the league. I mean, and probably the best team, But I mean, hey, I mean, that is tough. But it's just, but at the end of the day, like, hey, one of those years, yeah, you had to take advantage, man. And you didn't. And now look, New England's back on top. They're back on top. Y'all fired your coach. Um, yeah, that game, man. I mean, it was some questionable calls on from the refs in that game, but guy threw 4 picks. One of those picks, I mean, you could argue at the end because that was, man, I don't know if that was really an interception. It looked like the man should have been down by contact, but it was weird. I mean, maybe he had full possession. It was really questionable because it's just that it usually goes. The tie usually goes to the offense, and they actually gave it to the defense with that. So I was like, oh well, okay. But thing is, you also the turnovers were bad. Like there were turnovers in that game that if you didn't turn the ball over, you didn't do that stupid turnover before halftime. Hey, you might would have won. Like good for the Broncos. It sucks for the Broncos that their quarterback got hurt on the last drive though. So they're going in with their backup against New England. Like after playing that hard fought game against the Bills, that it sucks. And it's like, damn, the Broncos can't even go. Like, I mean, who knows? Maybe this guy comes up and handles business. But a lot of people are not saying that. They're saying that New England's going to win. Broncos defense is good, but that means they would have to probably do more, maybe. Yeah, so that's it's a disappointment in that. But I think the best team is on the NFC side. I think whoever wins between Rams and Seattle will win the whole thing. I think that arguably those are the better teams. I mean, anything can happen in the Super Bowl though. But arguably, I think those are the two better teams, and I think whoever wins goes. I mean, who wins will win it all. Will win it all, I believe.
Right.
So, yeah, there were good games though. The divisional round, there were some good games. I think the only game that was bad was the 49ers game because they got blown out by Seattle. But yeah, the other games, Rams against the Bears was close. Unfortunately, the Bears couldn't get it done. But yeah, it was good football overall. Also, I know that we still don't have our defensive coordinator. I think I mentioned, yeah, we did have an offensive coordinator. But the Ravens have their head coach, Jesse Minter, who was the defensive coordinator for the
Chargers, right?
The Chargers. He was defensive coordinator, right?
Yeah.
I know he was on the defensive side. Like I don't really know coaches like that, unless they're like
no. I mean, especially like second tier, coaches like that, like who's
supposed
to know who all these people are.
because there's some head coaches that go to coordinators, so I know them. Like I say, oh yeah, I know this guy because I remember he was a head coach. Jesse Minter. I mean, it's a name I heard before though. Like I heard his name before. I just don't really know him. But no, so they got him, and like yeah, good luck. I hope that works out for Ravens. With him. I mean, hell, Harbaugh was a freaking special teams coordinator and became a head coach. And I mean, because
that's why our kickers were always so good, Dominic.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I just think guys might have they might be coordinators or specialize in something, but they know ball, and it's just like they go for the position that's open. Sometimes, I think, and like they just know the game, and he could be like a good manager. Like he could be like as a head coach, good managing overall team as Harbaugh was. And hopefully Jesse Minter is that too. That he's a coordinator. He knows he's really good at the defense side, but he's also good at head coaching, as in like really keeping everything swift and having good rapport with the players. So yeah, I hope it works out for the Ravens because I'm rooting. I mean, they're like my second team, so and
it's crazy to think like how long the Ravens have been around now. They've only had 3 coaches, and 2 of them were the 2 that you think about. Like you don't really think about the
Brian
first guy.
Billick, and they won a Super Bowl. Yeah, Brian Billick and Harbaugh. I remember the first coach. I remember it was an old man. I forgot his name.
Yeah, Ted Brada? Marcia Brada? Yeah.
Okay. I obviously because like that was a time like Ravens had a team. I wasn't really excited for it because I was a Redskins guy,
right?
And so I didn't even care. I was like, oh, that's nice because I saw like these used to be the Cleveland Browns. Used to be a sucky team anyway. So I was thinking like, oh, good, we got another sucky team. It's like,
yeah, so they've had two coaches effectively, and each of them won a Super Bowl. Like that's pretty impressive to me.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah, it also says something about your organization.
Mm-hmm.
It just sucks that they had to get to firing and,
Yeah.
the guys, but they lasted a long time. Brian Ben, I forgot how many years he lasted, but I mean,
9 years.
yeah, that's a good amount of time.
Yeah.
It's like Harbaugh, like you don't really see what Harbaugh does, like that stuff doesn't really happen. That stuff you usually see like in college, like when college coaches, like they just stay
Yeah.
there, forever with the program or something like that. But yeah, professional coaches, yeah, especially like teams like Mons who've been changing coaches like all the time. Like, like how many coaches we've gone through
Exactly. That's
the
what's
time.
so cool about it is, yeah, like you see all these other teams kind of just switching through people a lot of times.
The Steelers are even better. Because they're
Yeah.
older, but they had never fired a coach, and so
Right.
and I think you could count on the hands since the Super Bowl era, still on one hand how many coaches they had. So that's it's crazy. Um. So yeah. What else is there? Sports. Anything happen in baseball? It's probably some things happen. I think yeah. Some guys got picked up. I just don't know offhand like what happened, but it like I'm trying to say something happened just recently or anything. No, but yeah, nothing, no huge changes. Like Orioles didn't get a pitcher yet. Haven't got a big time pitcher yet, so that kind of sucks. Like I'm really just hoping that our pitchers, the pitcher we have, like they got better, like to the point where hey, it worked out that we got an ace because he just got developed and like he's just really good now. But yeah, this looks like it's a Dodgers game. It does look like it's a Dodgers game overall again, but we'll see. Um, yeah, I think that's it for us as far as sports. College football championship happened. Indiana, that's a great story. Them going undefeated, a program that's not known for football, that has a losing record overall in their history in football, and they have gone to the playoffs last year, done very well with the new coach, and the coach got to be undefeated and win the championship. It was a good game too against Miami, and yeah, man, they got the quarterback. I believe yeah, he's going to the draft. I think he's a senior. He's going to the draft this year, so I don't know like for the future of his team. I don't really follow college football that deeply, but
Mhm.
no, but that story. I mean, that was a great year for Indiana, man. Like that, it's pretty cool to see something like that. Like you rarely see that. Like you still see programs that they usually do well, and you kind of figure they would do well. Now, at the beginning of the year, yes, you thought Indiana would do well this year, but to be as good as they were, though, is really surprising, and it's mostly surprising overall, like how big this program has gone, and from like the guys have, like they don't have a whole bunch. It seems like they got a whole bunch of like top prospects compared to some other colleges. They just have a good overall team, really, and like they got some good prospects. It's just that they're with the top guys, but it's like good overall that it worked out for them, man, and they they had a great year. That's like this is what I wish Miller would do that, or I either wish Miller can do what they did, or you know what, don't and just focus all on basketball. I'm I like it's that's how yeah. Because like honestly, I don't care if we sucked at football because I'm like
Yeah.
I'm used to us being good at basketball. Like I care if we suck at basketball though because that's what we're supposed to be fucking known for. And so I want our basketball program to get good. Like I want a football program to be good too. But I want basketball first. Like
Yeah.
I want our basketball like that should just be. I want that to be a thing. Like our basketball program to me, I feel like should be what Duke is. Like because like this is all we have really. Not counting the girls. The girls basketball, well, they've been consistent, but the men's basketball should be that way. Like we might have maybe like a down year, maybe like one or two in a row, but it shouldn't be that. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all it should be. Like it should be like a big deal when that happens too. It should be like, damn man, what the fuck happened to us? Like, nah, like we shouldn't be where we at, man. Like I'm tired of this mediocre. I'm like, dude, we only got so many colleges in this fucking state. I mean, like, and only and only Maryland's really the really known one to be good to have something that can compete against other states. And like besides lacrosse, like we do got some college and lacrosse that compete, but like in overall sports, we only got Maryland. And I was like, dude, like, come on, we. I need us to be like really good at basketball. Like, I don't need to be freaking like having like this year. Like, I get it, like it's a new coach and everything, but I think like after this, nah, man, we need to be always going to the tournament. Like, the disappointment is when we lose in the tournament. That's where it is. That's a disappointment. We know we going. Disappointment would be like where we seated. Like say, oh man, we didn't do that well to be a number 3 seed or something or 2 or whatever. But we always know we're going to go because we're that good. All right. I guess yeah, that's all I have. So, any wrestling news?
Yeah. So tonight, actually, as of recording this, they're doing Saturday night's main event, and they've got some interesting matches there.
Where's that happening at?
Montreal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not totally sure what or whatever. So yeah, they're doing women's tag team match for the titles. Currently, Io and Rhea are the tag team champions, and Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez are challenging for that. That should be a lot of fun. Liv's, coming off her injury, she's finally back. And Roxanne Perez, they haven't really been doing much with her on the main roster, but she's an incredible wrestler. So all 4 of them, that should be awesome. They're doing a 4-way match for the contendership, number 1 contender for the SmackDown men's title. It's going to be Randy Orton, Damian Priest, Sami Zayn, and Trick Williams. They recently brought Trick up from NXT, and they've actually been doing a pretty good job of treating him like he's a serious competitor and having him at the top of the card, which is awesome. They've struggled a lot, weirdly enough, with Triple H running things. They've struggled to actually make a lot of the NXT guys relevant. Guys that maybe weren't necessarily from his NXT branch because he had, left with his heart stuff and Shawn Michaels kind of took over. But it's been kind of weird that talent from NXT, which he was at one point running and creating really good product from, has really struggled. A guy like Carmelo Hayes hasn't really done anything with him up until very recently. And now he's US champion and he's putting on awesome matches every week because they're doing like an open challenge thing. So it's finally like he's got some level of storyline, but for them to bring Trick in and have him immediately in a match like this where he might not necessarily win, which is probably the best for him because you don't necessarily want him to win and then lose against Drew McIntyre, because I don't think they're gonna go that far as putting the title on him immediately. But they can easily spin this out into a thing with him and Sammy, or him and Randy Orton, or whomever, or him and Damian Priest, I guess I should probably say, because I feel like it's going to be Randy Orton or Sami Zayn coming out of this the winner, and Damian Priest is probably here. He's kind of the lowest ranked guy here in this match. And then they just announced last night, Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu. That should be a lot of fun. Just because it's not necessarily like heel and face kind of thing. Jacob's not a heel, really. He got involved in Cody's match with Drew McIntyre, which kind of led to Drew winning the match and taking the title off of Cody. But he was really there just to, attack Drew McIntyre. But because Cody was upset that he was getting involved in his match, they started fighting. And it's cool that they figured out a way to spin these guys out into a relevant top, main event story that isn't just for the title. And if they can continue to do stuff like that, then they're going to have some interesting stuff on their hands. They just got to figure out how to book around the title. But the one that they added last night is AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. they had an incredible match in New Japan right before the both of them left for the Intercontinental Championship over there. And, it's been many years. We'll see how this match turns out, but I do have high hopes, despite the fact that they've had matches since then in WWE over the WWE Championship when AJ Styles was holding it. But I don't know if that was a Vince thing or what, but it ended up just being a bunch of low blows and kind of comedic endings, despite the fact that you have two of the best wrestlers in the world that have shown what they can do together. I'm hoping because this is now kind of a different WWE, and also because this is one of AJ Styles' potentially last matches. So he is put his career on the line versus Gunther at Royal Rumble. So we could be just basically weeks away from AJ Styles being done with wrestling. Some people are speculating, oh, maybe he wins that match and then later in the year, puts his career on the line again. But there's a lot of speculation that his contract is basically going to be up around the time of the Royal Rumble, because 10 years ago, that's when he came in for the first time. And he's not a guy like John Cena who's interested in kind of the pomp and circumstance of it all. He's just, decided that he is of the age where he is good. He is satisfied with his career. He wants to go, be the family guy now. And he may very well just, take the loss to Gunther at the Royal Rumble and go on about his day, basically. And that's kind of crazy to think about how many of these guys we're getting to that age with John Cena just leaving, with AJ Styles. There's a couple other guys actually that I'm trying to think of that are right
Yeah, I
there.
remember when he came in. Cause I remember he kept talking about, because he wasn't he the big deal like in Japan or something?
Yeah, he coming out of
Yeah.
his run in New Japan, he was huge. I mean, before I ever really was watching it, TNA, he was kind of the young guy in TNA, but at the top of the card and keeping that company relevant when it very much wasn't to a lot of fans. That's kind of where he got his prestige from. Then he went over to New Japan, joined the Bullet Club, which at that point Finn Balor had just left and come over to WWE, him being the one of the guys that founded the Bullet Club. And AJ Styles went over there, took over kind of the leadership role. That's when the Young Bucks also sort of joined up and became that group. And then, you transferred after he left to Kenny being kind of the leader, Young Bucks still being around. And then now actually is this year, it's basically the first time that the Bullet Club is ended. Essentially, all of the members have kind of fractured off into their own things. And over these past couple of years, it's been less relevant. You've had David Finlay, who's actually the son of Fit Finlay. You may remember him early on, Irish guy gimmick before Sheamus came along.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of dwindled to the point where now, yeah, there's no one in that company that is going under the banner of the Bullet Club, which is not necessarily shocking. It's more shocking how long that faction was relevant. Like if you look at something like the NWO, that was maybe 4 or 5 years, and we're talking about AJ Styles being in the WWE for 10 years now, essentially. And before that, Finn Balor, Prince Devitt in Japan, was doing the Bullet Club thing. So it's got to have been 15 years now that thing has been going. So it's crazy to think about. When I think back now of when I started watching wrestling again versus when I was younger, when I watched wrestling, I've watched wrestling now for far longer than I ever did when I was younger. So yeah, that should be a lot of fun. This Saturday night main event. Like I said, Royal Rumble is basically right around the corner. That's always fun. They've been teasing Obafemi coming up from NXT, who has been their dominant champion for a very long time. And in fact, he vacated the title to seemingly come up to the main roster. He has not debuted yet, but they have been playing vignettes for him. So I hope they treat him similarly to Trick and or maybe better, honestly, and just push him to the top immediately and let him shine. He had a match against Cody at the last Saturday night main event where John Cena retired, and that of course ended in kind of a wonk finish with Drew McIntyre getting involved. But he looked great in that match. And if they can just put him in the position to succeed, I think he has the potential to. So it's really going to be about, that kind of stuff is writing the storylines that are relevant, whether it be for a championship or just about, why these two guys are feeling the need to fight each other. And the reality is you can go the route of, and I don't say this disparagingly necessarily, but you can go the route of AEW where like half of your roster are champions. They have far too many belts in AEW. Or you could do the hard work of writing stories about why these guys aren't in the title picture right now. And I think to their credit, AEW does a good job at that sometimes too. I mean, right now, even, and part of it is kind of like trying to get back to the championship, but guys like Swerve and Hangman Adam Page, like, they're not currently fighting MJF for the championship, but they are trying to get back there, and the dynamic between the two and kind of their rivalry turn to friendship, turn to, well, partnership, turn to sort of friendship, apprehensive friendship, I think is been one of the best stories in wrestling in a very long time. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with wrestling. AEW is still putting on great matches, but I'm not sure what pay-per-view they've got coming up next, and I haven't really been able to watch their shows the way I've wanted to still. So not as caught up on that because the information is just not like as in your face as a lot of the WWE stuff is for me.
All right. So I guess we'll get into what we've been watching. I don't have anything. Do you have anything?
Me
I
neither.
left the page by accident.
Nothing this week.
Damn, where did I? What the?
I started watching. We were talking about Paul Thomas Anderson the other week, and I started watching Licorice Pizza because it is actually on Netflix. I like it so far, but I think maybe I'm only like a third of the way in. So.
Oh, okay. So we'll get to what we've been playing. So I'll go ahead. I'll play some of that Murder by Numbers. I remember you picked that game up. I forgot when you did it, but like I was just going through.
It feels like a long time ago.
Yeah. Switch like because I was saying what games you had, so I could download because sharing games, and since I got a new like the SIM card, whatever it is, and because it was on sale, and I was like, "Hey, I got a lot of space to download games, so I'm just gonna download."
Oh, you were able to find a bigger SD card. Nice, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the SD card, yeah. But so I started downloading. Yeah, I just downloaded a bunch of games, and then I saw Murder by Numbers, and I said, "Let me see what this game is about." Because yeah, I did play. And I forgot to mention last week too. I played that Heave Ho. No, not Heave Ho. Not Heave Ho. I did play that, but that was this week actually. I gotta remember to put it up here. But last week I had played the old game where that you swallow the stuff.
Oh, Donut County.
Yeah, is that what it is? Donut County.
Well, there's Donut County, but there's also Holio, or maybe you're talking about that one.
Holio, that's the one I played.
Yeah. Or Holio.io. I always say Holio.
Yeah. yeah, because that game is it's. I mean, it's fun, but then I realized like it's not a lot there. Like
It's not.
yeah, and it's cheap, really. Like not cheap. I'm not talking about the
It
game, but
it
like
does feel kind
how
of
like
cheap, especially when you compare it to, like, a Donut County.
oh, so maybe I play Donut County then, because you got that on Switch.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
If you're
so then
interested in, like, that style gameplay, but Holy or Donut County is more of a, like, puzzle-based thing, whereas in Holio, you really just kinda sucking things up. And it and I don't
yeah, you go
know
against
if
people, but
yeah, you go
but
against
it's
people,
not
but I think
fair.
they're computer people? I assume they're computer
Oh,
people.
no. I know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying like real people, but
Yeah,
I'm talking about yeah, the computer. Yeah.
'cause they do
I don't.
have at least local play,
Yeah, they
like,
have local. Yeah.
multiplayer.
Um, but it's like it's like cheap as in. Like they don't give you. I feel like they don't give you enough time for stuff, and then I don't like how small your hole is, and then other people's holes are already big, and I'm like,
It's
what?
very weird, yeah.
And I was like, oh, you have to try to suck up like this, like a T Rex or something. I was like, well, darn, I gotta find some stuff to suck up. Like by
Right.
the time I get there, sometimes I do. I got that one, but then it's like suck up the a brontosaurus or something. That thing is huge. And I'm like, I only got so much time to get a hole that big to even get there. It
Yeah, I
like,
was
and
really hoping that game would be more of, like, a free play style thing because, like, my daughter loves Donut County, but there's only so much of that game, and she's beaten it, like, 3 or 4 times at this point,
yeah,
and I saw that game, my in-laws, my sister-in-law was actually playing it one day, and I was like, "Oh, cool, there's something that looks like it's more of a kind of free-form thing where you can just move the hole around," but, yeah, then I'm
yeah,
getting into it, and I'm like, "But it's competitive because you got these other holes, and for some reason, despite the fact that I joined this match, like, there's holes that are, like, 7 times bigger than I am already, and then
yeah.
there's this time limit on it, and I'm like, "Why is any of this?" There is a free, like, mode in there, but it's not nearly as interesting, and sometimes
No,
I play
I
that.
tried that free mode. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah, and yeah, it got to a point where like because it keeps the worlds keep getting bigger and they adding stuff, and then
Mm.
it got to a point where it would just take forever for me to collect everything. It was bored. I got bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
You gotta
yeah, it's
make
like
sure
this
you're
game.
using your upgrades though, Dom.
It yeah, it's got yeah the game. I mean, it's all right, but like yeah, it's not enough there. Like it needs to be some more added stuff there to make it
Yeah.
better. Yeah,
Play
so
Donut County. I think you'll dig that a lot more.
okay. So yeah, I pay a little bit of heave ho just to try what it was, and I say, oh
Mm.
yeah, it's cool. Like you just grab on,
Yeah, it's a fun
like you got
thing.
this little
It's better
creature.
multiplayer, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah. It definitely seems like it's better multiplayer. It's like you got some kind of weird creature or whatever that, and it can now you can move the arms so that, and then you can attach it, the arms like pressing the like one of the shoulder buttons, so that
Yeah,
you're holding on to the wall. So it has those kind of physics. That's kind of some just two other games that also have this. And like you kind of can swing the character around, but you kind of jump in. You got to move your character to the finish line, and it's like the finish line could be um like in this weird position, like because the layout is like it could be anything. It could be anything, like the platforms or something. It's like a rear platform. You try and swing yourself over to the Swedish land in some way, and I can imagine with people you could attach yourself. You could work as a team or work
exactly.
against them um, to get to the
Yeah,
finish line. And I could see like being very fun. But I was just playing, yeah, with
and you can
just
also
by itself,
fart,
just to
so you
see
can
what the
fart
game
on it.
was. Yeah. So yeah, it seemed. I mean, it seemed like an alright game. But word about numbers. So I played that, and this is like a puzzle, almost visual novel type of game, but it actually was some puzzles,
Yeah, like, it's
and
a mix of
you're trying to
Phoenix
solve a
Wright
murder.
and,
Yeah.
Picross, I think it is that puzzle?
Oh, I have no idea what the puzzle is, Joe. Because I don't think I ever played
I think they're
Picross.
called nanograms
Um,
technically, but, like, Picross is the famous one.
Oh, okay. Um, so yeah, so you're playing that type of puzzle, yeah. You play like I guess what you said is like quick cross, and yeah, and I like those puzzles. Yeah, it's all right. Like trying to figure it out, and it's at first it seemed like it was really hard, but then when you start really figuring out where it is, it gets a little easier. Because but the some things I was trying to figure out like what is this picture supposed to be? Sometimes it is nothing what I think it is because like it was at a point when I picked the refrigerator. I didn't know. I said, am I making the drawing in the refrigerator or making something that's inside the refrigerator? What I'm doing? Then yeah, I think it turned out to be an apple or something like that. Like the picture that you make because of the puzzle. Um, and yeah, it's a murder mystery that happened. Like you play a character who is an actress on a set and of a like a murder like it's a detective show. But one of her bosses gets murdered right after she got fired, so of course she's somewhat of a suspect. But there's other suspects around too, and so you're trying to figure out who killed him. And of course, it's kind of weird Japanese stuff. So you got like a funny robot thing that just came out from the junkyard, who probably has his own story too. It's probably gonna be after you solve this murder. You probably focus on how who the fuck this robot is. But the robot's the one that's kind of help you with solving the case. And yeah, I mean, it seems fun. So like I was like, yeah, I'll play this game. I'll continue to play this game. Um, Two more current games. I played Metro 4 a bit. So you said you want to see how I like it. I didn't really get that far into it. I got to the point where I did beat the nerdy guy. So I am that far into it. Really, I think that's the. I mean, that's the last thing I can remember because it's been a couple few weeks since I played it. I just forgot to talk about it. Clear Obscure. I'm at the very end. I was doing some side quests. I do have a problem with them not having like you got a world map, but there's nothing to really. You can't mark the world map, so it sucks. I keep going back and say, okay, where I want to go because they do show locations though. They do show the locations of like where you haven't been. If it isn't a name on the location, it's you haven't been there.
Mhm.
So at least they have that. But I really wish they would let you put a marker to know, like, hey, I want to go here and show the marker on the map. And I understand, and like, and also within the world when you go to the actual like stages or whatever you want to say, actual places in the world, they don't have a like a local map. Because they say they want you to, they want to be more like you're exploring. But I'm thinking like, well, and realistically, you would make a map. And if you're trying to tell me to make a map outside the game, uh, I'm sorry, fuck you, because like I'm not. This is I'm not doing that. It's like, dude, like just give us a map. I mean, it makes sense. Like now, you don't have to give me a map that's already made. You get me give me the map where it makes the map as I go. Like some games, if you want me to be exploring, but that's what real people do on expedition. They have a fucking map. A person who has a map, like who makes a map, of, like of where they at. Like so that when they go on an expedition, they map where they're going, so they know where
Yeah.
where things are.
Part of the
Why don't
expedition.
you have that? Why don't you have that? I think that's I don't like that logic they use for that. It's like, dude, it's like you can. I'm still exploring. I just need to know where to fucking go because now I want to do these extra quests and some things I have picked up along the way. I don't know. I don't remember where. Like it's been a while, and now you're going to have to go backtrack. Like I'm going online, so I'm saying like, okay, where are all these gestrels I have to collect? So, like I collected most of them, so now I'm gonna have to backtrack to places I already been to because you don't let me mark it, or you don't have any system in the game where it says like, "Hey, you start this side quest. This is what you've done so far," or something like that. Like you've been here, or it marks it off, or whatever. And so it's other quests like that too, which I'm like, it's getting a little frustrating. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go finish the game. And I'm not gonna do all the side quests. I did lie the main, I believe so the main side quests in the game. Um, like with the character stories and things. So that's good. But yeah, that's really what I have a problem with the game. Like I feel like that I don't yeah, I don't believe that's like, hey, like having a map. And at first it didn't look like it was a problem. Now, yeah, now I see like it being a problem with you having these certain quests. Like I just want something to mark down. And you don't, like I said, you don't have to have the already made map where it's like, oh, if I click this button, like the select button, I'll see the map. Like, no, you can have it where it's like, okay, the map is like I see where I've been, and now I can know like, oh, I have to go. Hey, what's over this area or something like that. Yeah, definitely a problem with that. Only have about 4 or 5 more endings in last Defense Academy, that 100 days last Defense Academy, whatever game. So I'm close to the end on that. It's really, yeah, everything's kind of coming together. But still, I have the same problems like I've been saying before with it. That I wish some editing would really help with this game. Like I don't, but that's just how the dialogue is in Japan. I don't know why they repeat themselves a lot. Like or they go heavy on something that's happened. Like I get like when somebody's frustrated with something like somebody a character like they're really frustrated with a situation or they're waiting for something to be done. Like they'll continue telling their thoughts about it, and it's like right now. So yes, he said like, oh, today I didn't do this. I said I'm still worried. Like if we can we defeat this guy? Like are we prepared enough to defeat this guy? But then they'll keep going. Like it'll keep until you fight the guy again. Like they keep talking about. It's like, dude, you talk about it 17 times. I get it. You're fucking worried about if you can beat the boss or not. Jesus fucking Christ. I was like, come on. It's like, I really have to keep putting this in here? Like, move on. Can you move on? Or like move on to the boss or whatever if you're not going to have anything in between these days of me doing anything? Yeah, man, it fucking sucks. It's like, man, I'm trying to just get this game over with. I'm trying to move on. It's like I'm here. Let me get on. Like now I'm at the part um like you living together with somebody like for so long, like, yeah, it's all great in the beginning, then you get those moments of like, okay, man, I'm tired of seeing the same people, I'm getting frustrated. In which it's funny, the game has that situation too, where people get like a little frustrated because like you've been together so long, you like things, even minor things become like annoying or something like that. And that's how I feel about this game now. Because I'm like, I've seen these fuckers so many fucking times. I was like, damn it. Come on, let's just finish this shit. Like, let's get this shit over with. All right. What else have I played? I also played. I finished Mordor. Shadows of Mordor. Good game, and the right amount of time to finish that game. Like, not too long. And enough. Like, and the whole thing with the Nemesis system can really keep you busy. So, like, I was doing that a lot. Then I got to the point where when I was getting the making my bosses, the freaking clan leaders or whatever they call them, war chiefs. So yeah, once I got that, got to be. Oh yeah, it was one point where I had all the war chiefs, but I accidentally hit the down button where it blows your head off if the people you controlled, and I killed them. So I was like, oh shit! I was like, I said I was thinking he was already gone somewhere. So I was just yelling the people. I was like, I don't need you guys. And I was like, oh damn! So I had to go do it again. I had to go find somebody else to be war chief. But luckily it was easy because all I had to do was just promote him up there, get him to a point where he just promotes up there. He doesn't fight the war chief because there's nobody there. So yeah, I went to finish. The ending was okay. It was okay ending. I was curious because I forgot what the time period it was supposed to take place in. I was like, when is it supposed to take place? And then I realized like, oh, it's between the first war against Sauron and the Lord of the Rings stuff. So this is like, yeah, this is after they already killed Sauron the first time, and and the orcs and stuff are trying to bring him back. But this is not. I don't think this is any canon. So I was wondering, like, could this be canon with the Ring of Power show or anything? And because I was thinking like because Calamember was in there in the Ring of Power, I
Right.
believe, because they had him create the ring. But I was like, this ain't nothing like what was in the game though. So I was like, okay, the game, so it's his own kind of fan fiction or whatever. And I was like going online and see like in Reddit sites like say, hey, like the story could this fit in with that? Unfortunately, I find a site where it's people who just hate the Ring of Power um, show. So they were just saying like, oh, this is a better story than that, and like and whatever. And the thing is, it's actually a Ring of Power subreddit. So then, because I think somebody even asked the question is like, why did out there I said why was this page even like so I think he said he was upset that this page was created because he like everybody just hates on this show. It's like why y'all come to the Ring of Power Reddit to just bash the show? Like why would you like go to like start another Reddit like where it says like I guess Ring of Power or something like that? Like it seemed like because the thing was just the guy was just asking just a comparison like could it fit, and y'all just talk about how bad the show is. Like that wasn't like the topic. And I think somebody was saying like, oh, I think somebody said like, hey, these are just got like people who like the show doesn't fit what they want, whatever, and like they just bash the show, like they just don't like the show because it doesn't follow their canon or whatever, and so they're upset. But then somebody said like, "Yo, you're being disingenuous. Like we're speaking up because if they'll keep doing this if we don't speak up." And I was like, whatever, yo. It's like they they'll stop doing it if like nobody watches it. Like if nobody watches, then they'll stop. It's not about your freaking Reddit complaining because y'all be talking about stuff that's happened in the show, and that means y'all watched it. And like, and that's the thing. It's like when I don't like something, yeah, I mean, I'll complain, but I don't go message to complain. I'm not that kind of guy. But also, I'll stop watching. I don't keep watching it if it sucks. If I find it that it sucks, it's like I'll just stop. And you guys just keep watching and just keep bitching about how this part is bad. And I'm like, dude, you're giving it attention. You may be telling them it's bad, but they're still doing it.
Right.
They're still doing it. But yeah. What else have I played? Did I play
Let me ask you this about Mordor. How did you feel about that last boss? Like I remember it kind of sucking, despite like the game was.
Oh, you
cool,
supposed to like? I think yeah, because it's
like
not,
mostly quick time events.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, but yeah, at that point, I wanted the game to end, so I'm not I was okay with it being what it was, and plus I used cheats. Like I wasn't like the stealth stuff. When I realized you had to be stealthy to kill him, I just turned on where he just didn't see me, so I could hurry up and just kill him because I was like, I'm done. Yeah, I mean, overall, it seemed like to me it felt a little kind of cheap, like just fighting a one-on-one guy. Honestly, I wish it was like kind of a war thing where I kind of started where you had all your warriors and you fight. I kind of just be that. It don't need to be a one-on-one fight because I don't think because the combat seemed like it was really made for fighting multiple people. So like I get they're trying to do something with story wise with it. And yeah, I mean for like almost like story setting, like the one-on-one against this person. But like I didn't even know who that guy was, really. Like was he supposed to be the embodiment of Sauron? Like, because I could have sworn,
if I recall correctly, that's what I assumed. I think.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, whatever. But yeah, at that point, I was like,
maybe he was just like a ring wraith kind of guy, but like, yeah, they wanted him to look like Sauron at least, you know.
Yeah, because he put the mask on. He had the Sauron helmet on at one point. And I was fighting him. That's why I did a quick time event on him. So, yeah, I mean it was it could have been better, but I mean for me, I was just guys ended. But yeah, overall, that ending wasn't great. I mean, the battle wasn't great, and the they wanted to continue. I mean, of course, they want to continue, and it ended up doing it because the way they kind of leave it open that you don't just die because it says like, "Hey, we like to finish. We need to
can't
finish this
believe
fight."
I never got around to playing Shadow of War. Like that game's probably pretty good too.
Yeah, I think I heard it just gets repetitive. Somebody said.
Yeah, and I think that was the problem, right? Like this was a game that was high in a pretty low year, and then that game came out, and there was other stuff to play. So it was like,
and it probably was longer. And I wonder. I'm curious. While this, it didn't feel like it got too. It can get repetitive if you just stop and just keep doing the whole war chief thing, like keep going and fight these guys because they don't all just disappear. But like because there'll be new orcs come to play.
Yeah, but thing is, it looks like on like how long to beat. It's basically like 15 to 17 hours for the first game, 20 to 30 for main and sides, and then you're talking like 21 to 30, 35 for Shadow of War. So yeah, they definitely inflated that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I can definitely see repetitiveness there. See that they lost their way. They lost their way, Daniel. It was like bigger is better.
Yeah.
And they were. It's like, no, man, you had a nice size. Like that's a good amount of hours. Like it doesn't. Like we're past the time of like I get it. Back in the day, that was the thing. Like, hey, the other games gotta be bigger, but that's because the other games used to be really short. You know, they're probably really short. The first game, and so the second games, when they're like of a good franchise, it probably was longer, but it was like still a good length. Like it wasn't too long. It wasn't like, oh, it's like it takes forever now. But now, yeah, I'm like, dude, man, if you're like in the 15-hour range, I don't need to be like, oh yes, this is 30 hours and I'm happy. No, you can stay there. You can stay within that range. Or let it be 30 hours because I'm doing the extra shit. Don't let it be 30 hours because of the damn
let the main
story.
line be, 10 hours. Yeah. But you filled it out with enough interesting stuff to want to do some.
Yeah, especially if you're going to do DLC, because that's what I said. It's ridiculous how long those games are. Assassin's Creed, it's like, dude, you buy Assassin's Creed, it usually comes around the fall. You get it. And so it's like, yo, that's your game until the summer, probably. Yeah. And then, I don't know, when the DLC comes out, usually, does all the DLC come out before the year, right? It's been out, right? So at least the summer, I want to say. I don't know. I'm trying to think when the DLC came out for Valhalla, like when you got to go to what's the world called? I guess Valhalla. But no, not Valhalla.
Valhalla.
Yeah, I mean Valhalla. But yeah, you go into like the mystical world and shit like that, whatever. I'm trying to think when that came out. Like, was that less than a year or so? It's like that'll be the only game you play.
Yeah.
like you're only playing that and maybe just one other game. Like, but that's the game because of how big it is. Like, if you try to do everything, it's like the regular story is just huge.
Because even something like Spider-Man's the one I always think of because it's the most recent one where I beat it like multiple times because I did it and then I did the new game plus. And like playing just the main line because I had already done everything, it felt like I just blazed through it. And I'm looking at like how long to beat, and they have the main story is 17 hours. But then I'm looking at like people's completions, and skip cutscenes, new game plus, ultimate difficulty 7 hours and 45 minutes, new game plus, ultimate 8 hours, remastered, new game plus 8 hours. Like that's not a game that like is actually that long, so you can have stuff like that and then have all that bonus stuff or the extra stuff to fill out your game. And if I want to choose to do that, I can do that. And if I'm like, okay, I think I'm done with this, let me try and finish this out. The run to the end's not that long.
Yeah, exactly.
You just need to not spend $20 billion on making the game somehow.
Yeah, that too. And I mean, look, I mean, I don't know like how does like the length of the game correlates with the expense also. I mean story wise, I guess I can see that like because you put that means you're doing more exactly, but if you're like putting a whole bunch of stuff like hey find this stuff in this world, yeah that probably doesn't, and but that sucks. It's like I don't like that. I don't like that period. Like you just collectathon shit. Like you gotta make something that's worth it. Like I don't mind collecting stuff, but it like the end when me finding the stuff or the story of going to find the stuff, like it has to make it worth it, man. Like it just make it be worth it. Um all right. So what have you been playing?
Just basically, I played a little more Donkey Kong, but haven't really gotten anywhere since the last time we talked about that. I've been playing Big Hops. That's the one I talked about releasing last week. 3D platform. You play as a frog and you use his tongue to traverse. It basically works as kind of not a grappling hook necessarily, but it lets you swing off a designated points and stuff. You also have the ability to climb walls, just like in a Breath of the Wild. You have an energy meter though. Um, the layout of it so far seems like kind of Mario 64, where you have this larger like hub world, and then you're gonna go into these small instanced worlds, to kind of do whatever activity you do in there. There's this like evil guy who's like, "Hi, you need to help me collect these things because you're in a different dimension now. And in order to get home, I need you to help me." But he's not like evil. He's just kind of like, I don't know. He's got bad intentions. Um, Gameplay wise, I think it's pretty solid. I got it on the Switch, and I was trying to decide whether I should get it on the Switch or Steam. And I don't know that I necessarily made the wrong decision because I wanted it portably. This is a game that I see myself picking up and playing and liking that of the Switch, but there are definitely frame rate issues going on, and I don't know if it's because it doesn't have a fully Switch 2 version or if that's something that will be coming. Like it doesn't look like some of the games on when you're playing the Switch version and it's like the resolution's really low. Well, not really low, but it's, Switch resolution. So everything looks kind of blurry. It doesn't look like that, but it definitely has frame rate issues that I wouldn't expect out of a game that looks like this. And it's not a bad looking game. It's very colorful. It's very, very well done, but it doesn't look graphically intense. Um, so the fact that the frame rate feels a bit slow, and I don't know if it's just like maybe it's a 30 versus a 60 thing, and I'm starting to like finally feel that a little more, not be able to like visually see it necessarily, but definitely like a feeling, maybe a little of both. Um, or if it is actually just like dipping below 30 and getting into more reasonable frame rates. Gameplay wise, I think it's all right. I'm not necessarily loving it so far, but I'm not super far into it. I'm only in like the second kind of instance world. I'm still in the deserty area, which is the first area following the tutorial kind of jungle area. Or foresty jungle area. Um, yeah, so I think it's all right so far. I'm gonna keep playing it, but I'm not blown away, which is kind of what I was hoping. I mean, I'm always hoping to be blown away by a game, but I came in with it maybe a little higher expectations. Um, Despite the fact that like I think reviewers mostly have been it relatively representative of what the game is. It hasn't nobody's been out there giving it like tens or anything like that, saying it's the best indie platformer since forever. Um, but I was just hoping maybe for a little more than what I'm feeling. And maybe that'll change, over the course of things. Even like Donkey Kong, early on, it wasn't that I didn't like it. It's just like it wasn't grabbing my attention, and I think it's done a better job of that the more I've played and the deeper I've gotten into it, and the more kind of interesting things that they've added to the games. The transformations and stuff makes that game a little more interesting than just Donkey Kong going around punching holes in anything and everything. So, yeah, that's me so far.
All right. So I guess we'll take a quick break, and when we get back, get to the flashback segment.
All right.
And we're back. So now we flash back into 2016, man. So 10 years ago, we got Darkest Dungeon came out. Wow, it's been 10 years. Wow.
See, I would say
this
it's
is
only been 10 years.
yeah,
It
yeah.
feels a little older. I don't know why.
Yeah, it does. It really does. But maybe it was like early access kind of thing too. Let me see.
It was. I feel like it definitely
games
had an early access.
Oh yeah, it was. It was followed. Yeah, it says in January 2016, which followed a year early access development period. So okay, so it came in 2015. That was only it's only been a year though. So um yeah, I remember seeing this game. Yeah, I wasn't really interested in this game really when I first heard about because I heard it was like, oh, it's so hard. Like you I mean I like the art style and everything. And like it's 2D, but it's like that picture or that kind of gothic macabre what is it called? Like what's that guy called with the
Like Cthulhu?
with the octopus face, the octopus
Yeah.
head.
Yeah,
Shit.
Cthulhu.
Yeah, Cthulhu is shit kind of
Like
thing. It's a name for
Lovecraftian.
yeah, Lovecraft. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, Lovecraft kind of look. And like you go into this dungeon, you're trying to I mean this place where like I guess I forgot what was supposed to what's like the ultimate boss who's there, but whatever. I think it's almost like a portal to hell or something. You try to shut it down because all these demons and stuff is affecting this town, killing people, and then you got people who go and then the way they react and it really affects your team. So you do recruit members because thing is most likely the people you start out with are going to die because you're going through and either their health go down, like even if you heal them, they might be too scared or they're psychologically they'll be just not in it, like they just can't do anything. So like even if they maybe you got a strong guy, but then psychologically he won't attack the guy. It's like it's like I'm too scared or like whatever, and then it's like God damn it. So you might want to replace him because it's like this guy he is yeah he's too messed up in the head. Like I gotta go, but you can they do have things where I think you even fix that. Like you can make them better. But thing
you
is,
send them to
going
the
to this
brothel
dungeon,
and they'll figure their head
yeah, yeah. It's a roguelike game, yeah. But yeah, you try. Yeah, what you do is like you get money and stuff so you can recruit other characters. Meaning like other. Yeah. You have different like each character has a class. Um, that can help in certain situations. I can't remember. I haven't played this game in so long. Um, but yeah, man. But after I did I did try it out, and it was actually fun. Like it wasn't because I'm just thinking about like somebody said like, oh, this is like the Dark Souls like hard type of game. So and that scared me. I don't because I don't like Dark
Yeah.
Souls. I don't like Dark Souls. So, but actually playing the game, yeah, it's hard, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed like the way of you having these like characters, and I mean like trying to keep these characters alive, or like just or have enough. Like I know like I got backup, but like going through this dungeon, see how long I can get here and get back out. And some guys I would try to keep alive, like alive, and say, "Oh, I like this guy. Like I need him to be healthy for he come back again." The combat is really good, man. It's stress level. That's what it's called. Like stress level of the heroes. Yeah, That's like the really big thing instead of just like health. And yeah, it's good. I never played the sequel. I haven't done that. Uh, but this game, yeah, it got rated pretty well, man. Let me see here. It got 84 on PC. Yeah, 84, 83. They don't have. It came on Xbox, right? They don't have an Xbox one up here. I could have sworn it came on Xbox too. That's a little weird.
Yeah, I thought eventually it did.
It did. It did. It did. It just don't have it up here. Um, but yeah, when Game Informer gave it like a 9.25. PC Gamer gave it an 88. IGN gave it a 9.1. The Short Trail gave it an 8. Like they're all good scores. Yeah. Up here, like between the 8 and 9. So yeah, man, this I definitely recommend it if you like a challenging game. Um, and it's not. I mean, it's hard, but it's not too complicated. Like once you understand, like the mechanics is not that hard to get into. Like it's RPG kind of mechanics, but it's not that difficult. It's really, yeah. You just it's really time. Your time is really spent like man like get like we can go to the dungeons, but like really trying to figure out um like how many I mean it doesn't yeah it didn't even feel like it took that long for me to beat it. Like it's really the challenge is your time really. It's like it's really a challenge, but I think you can get past that. It's not to say it's easy. It's just that all you have to do is just manage like your money and the guys. Like once you could get them stress levels down, you're good. You just gotta know like, hey, I can get this far in there. Now sometimes like shit happens. Like you might meet like an opponent that really just fucks you over, man. Because I remember like yeah, like everybody was just stressed on my team. Like I couldn't get no hits on anybody. Because it also matters what order you have your combatants in. I think you go in maybe four at a time. Yeah, four at a time, and it's like so they're in a row, and like so some characters have it like, hey, if the two rows back, they still can hit the opponent. Some characters they can hit them, but they can heal and something like that. So they can be in the back row. It's yeah, you got to really manage that. Like the game it's got so much stuff in this game. Um, like a game, it just seems that huge, but it's just a lot there um to do. Man, it's yeah, it was cool. Darkest Dungeon, it was a pretty cool game. All right, what else we got here? I forgot when I played it. Like how long after when it came out did I play that game? I think I played it within the year that it came out. Because I think when I was doing Game of the Year, I think that was mentioned.
Mm.
Mentioned that. Or that could have been games I played that came out before or something like that. I forget. All right, so other what else came out 10 years ago? Yakuza Kiwami came out 10 years ago in Japan, and that this was huge because this was the remake of the original game. It looked really good. Uh, we didn't get it to the states until what you say a year later for the
Yeah.
PS4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this is like the start. Yeah, this is the start of like I don't know like if it's a new engine, but like the look of the game really changed, like the graphically of the Yakuza series. It might have started with six, but I never played six. But this is like this was when Yakuza became closer to mainstream though. Like the first Yakuza when Yakuza first came out, it was released everywhere, but it just didn't grab everybody, especially in the West. So it just was basically stayed in the East for a bit, and then they want to start releasing the game in the East after it's been out in the West for some time, and it started getting a little popular um, amongst the West, and then yeah, it's like I feel like Kiwami um, was like the time where I think the masses really saw it, and like this is and plus this was good because it's like them getting to the story from the first game, and yeah, they did a really good job in remaking this game. Like it's definitely like look at this and look at the original game. It's like it's like so different, man. It is definitely like graphically good and all the extra stuff they add to the game. I mean, I don't remember a lot of the extra stuff in the first game because I played that first game. I beat it. Like I just don't remember a lot of shit from there. But like when I play Kiwami, man, like I played Yakuza Zero first. Like, and technically that's the prequel to Kiwami.
Right.
But that game was made after Kiwami, and um, the wait, hold up. Gameplay was just to resemble the prequel. Oh, my fault. I'm sorry. This game came after Yakuza Zero. Yakuza Zero actually was made before Kiwami. Okay, I'm sorry. Uh, darn, how did I? I must have. I just don't remember talking about this game last year. Oh well. Um. So this had the graphics of Yakuza of Zero. So it was like yeah. So Yakuza Zero was really the one that um like yeah got popular, like that got to be more mainstream, and then Kiwami came out. So it was like yeah, it's almost like starting the franchise over again. But like in like really love from the West, and also now we're forgetting because it was like whole new graphics. Like the graphically, it was really good, and just how crazy this game is. Like it has a serious Yakuza story. I mean, serious, but it's still kind of like crazy action.
Yeah.
But then it gets like even crazier with the side quests. Like they're just goofy, but they're hilarious. Like it goes so weird. It gets so weird places in these side quests. I just remember, see, I get Kiwami mixed up with Zero, but I think you do see him again, like the Michael Jackson like guy. Yeah, I think as he shows up Kiwami, I think you might have seen him, like, and they did something with Zero. But yeah, it was like a side quest with some Michael Jackson dude. It that's really crazy. And then I see, darn, I think this is from Zero, so I'm not going to say it. Like, but no, it's like really goofy. Like, it kind of reminds me of almost like how Grand Theft Auto is. Like, Grand Theft Auto could have like some serious moments, like big time in like in story,
Mhm.
even though they have silly stuff too. But they have those silly like side quest kind of stories too in those worlds, like that in Red Dead. And this is what Yakuza feels like to me. It's like because it's an open world game, kind of like Grand Theft Auto, except for like you don't drive. You like the city is big enough to just walk around. But yeah, they have like this story that you can follow, and then they have these crazy side quests that happen. And then of course the my favorite mini game, which is the bar. What's it called?
The cabaret bars.
What they call it? Uh, the cabaret. Yeah, the cabaret, which is like I was trying to think like there really isn't a thing. It isn't that isn't really a thing over here. I mean, I'm sure we
Yeah,
do, but
no.
like a place where you go where you just be with a woman and you just talk to her. You know, like, and
I'm
then you
lost.
at a restaurant and like you order drinks. She gets you to order drinks and stuff and everything. It's so weird to me because it's like I never heard of a concept like that. Like it's like this is like the reverse of a hooker. Like you don't fuck them, but you do everything else that you would do with a woman, like on a date,
Hello.
except for the sex part. I mean, unless they go, but that's not what that's for. It's not for that. Like that'll be on their own time. Um, yeah, it's weird because like you spending money like that. But I guess just for companionship, whatever. Very expensive companionship to me though. But yeah, it's yeah. But that mini game is cool because you run in the cabaret, then you gotta try to keep your customers interested, and then everything. Yeah, and that is a fun mini game that they brought to the series. Like I always love doing that. Um, all right, so anything else? Oh yeah, Mario Luigi Paper Jam came out. 10 years ago. This is a Mario Luigi game where it collides with the Paper Mario. Because they're both RPGs.
Hey, there you go.
And they're like, but different worlds. So I guess that's pretty cool. How do people like this, man? Because I really don't. I totally forgot about this game.
I completely lost you. You just popped back in for me. What game are we talking about?
We were talking about Mario Luigi Paper Jam.
Okay. I was looking at that because we were talking about it before we started recording, and I didn't really remember too much about it outside of it being like the first crossover between the Mario and Luigi like portable franchise and the Paper Mario RPG franchise of like the main Nintendo consoles. And initially it looked like reviews were a bit above average. But then I started digging into it, and yeah, you've got like a 4.5 from Giant Bomb, and you got some 8.75 from Game Informer and 8 from Destructoid. But then you have some things like a 5.9 from IGN, 7.5 from Nintendo World Report, a 6.5 from Polygon.
Good God, that's really
so
different.
out of everything, it feels like this is kind of a controversial game for Nintendo in this
Yeah.
series.
Because I got confused with Sticker
IGN,
Star, which I was thinking it like, oh, this must be the horrible one. But then I saw like, oh, wait, this ain't Sticker Star. And I just totally
no, and
forgot about
apparently, according to
this.
IGN,
Yeah.
at least, like they liked the combat, but it was more of the newer stuff that they added that they didn't really like. And Dan Reichert on the Giant Bomb review had brought up similar issues, but said like because they aren't a lot of what you spend the time doing, it didn't really take him out of the experience too much. So I guess it's really just up to like how you feel about some of these newer elements to the game. Yeah, that's
2D shouldn't be with 3D, Daniel.
What's
That's what
that?
they're saying.
Oh,
Like
2D should be
2D should, yeah. Paper shouldn't be with the 3D guys. Nah, they separate. They be separate but equal, Daniel.
I mean, it's
Separate
like
but
I
equal.
told you, Dominic. I saw a Reddit post when we were looking before recording, and somebody said it was basically like a good game in an otherwise fantastic franchise. But like, I don't know how true that is because like this franchise has really been like maybe 2 phenomenal games, Bowser's Inside Story in the first game, and then all the rest of them have been kind of like in this range where it's like, it's maybe like an 8 if it's lucky. It's high 7, low 8 kind of thing. Yes, I don't know. It's one of these, especially like Bowser's Inside Story. I hear about how good that one is all the time. I would like to go back and maybe revisit that. Um, but otherwise, yeah, a lot of them are kind of. I think the one on the Switch I ended up buying at some point because it was so cheap, and I never got around to playing. And that one's people I think are relatively mixed on because the way they changed the combat in that one. But that's a Paper Mario, I think, tech. So I don't know if people are looking at the series as like Paper Mario and Luigi, or if it's just Mario and Luigi that they're talking about. Because like you add Paper Mario in there, and then you get maybe like 2 more good games, because like Thousand Year Door, right? And then the original one. But even that one, I don't know that there are a
What about
lot
the
of those.
origami?
Well, that's the Switch one, right? I think.
Yeah.
And I think people were kind of iffy on that one because the combat wasn't
Oh,
super
okay.
great in it because it was like it revolves around this wheel or something like that. So
How about
yeah,
that paint one? The one that paint one that came on the
I
Wii
think
U, right?
that one wasn't great, I want to say, but I might be confusing that one with Sticker Star. Splash,
Ooh,
color
the
splash.
paper mache.
Yeah, color splash. I don't
Well, the
recall that
Yoshi, yeah. Well,
one.
Yoshi had a craft one Woolly.
Reviews. IGN gave Color Splash a 7.3. So not a phenomenal one, you know. So if we're talking
Mm-hmm.
about a series of phenomenal games, it's, you know, this is going to be a good one in the phenomenal series. Yeah, it's got a 76 on Metacritic. So yeah, and that's not to take anything away from these games. You know, series is still going. People obviously like them to at least some extent, but maybe when we look at them critically, they're not a phenomenal series. They're a pretty solid series.
All right. So, what else we have here? That is, well, it was that for some news. No, yeah, that is it. No, that is it for Oh no, I missed the news right up here. It's over there at the top. There is a little bit of news. On January 22nd, David Gator and lead writer for the Dragon Age left Bioware, and that's why the story sucked after that.
So when in the timeline would this have been? Which game would that have been after?
That would have been after the what was it called? The third one.
Oh, okay. Inquisition?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because we
Yeah,
talked
because
about
if he left,
Inquisition not
yeah.
that long ago.
But you know what? I don't know. But I don't know if he was there for the first one. Honestly, he could have been just there for that game.
So he was only there for that woke garbage Inquisition.
Yeah, yeah. Inquisition. Yeah, that's when the game really. Yeah, it wasn't that great. Like the story wasn't even great then. But let me see. No, but he was a lead writer. Okay, he was a lead writer in Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, and
Okay.
Dragon Age Inquisition. Dragon Age Inquisition. Yeah, I mean that was to me overall his weakest. I wonder because I think he's not the only writer. I want to say.
Sure.
I mean, he's the lead writer, but I want to know did the Canary bit? I gotta believe he didn't. I'm looking at this guy. I don't think he did that. Yeah.
Dragon Age 2, Dominic. What are your feelings on that? Because people thought that was like a down
story-wise is
right?
good.
Okay, but it was gameplay, right? Because it like simplified.
Yeah, the
gameplay.
The gameplay was bad. Gotcha. Yeah, story was good though. But he wrote the story for the gameplay, Daniel. So I blame him. So, he wrote how you play the game. No, but yeah. The story wise, and even the overall arc story of Dragon Age. It's just like little particulars though that I had problem with Dragon Age Inquisition. Little particulars, but Dragon Age 2 story was really good. The problem was the gameplay, and that like overall Dragon Age 1 is still the best out of all of them. Like for me personally. All right. So now we're going to 2006, and all we got is like just a bit of news. PlayStation Studios, they acquired Zipper Interactive. Like officially, I guess they weren't really. They just made the games on PlayStation and probably partnered with them in some kind of way for SOCOM. These are the guys who did SOCOM. I apologize. The SOCOM games, which are really big military games. Which I mean, the people who worked on them did do like military stuff before this. Before they made
were they the ones that made America's Army?
Yeah. Is that what they made? I don't know if they made.
I doubt it.
That game. Yeah, I don't think it was that one. Nah, it was something else. But they they first became PlayStation Studio, but years later they shut down. Whatever, because people hated war. They hated America.
Well, I mean, like SOCOM, what was it? SOCOM 4 that came out when the online stuff was down, so that game basically came out crippled. And that, you know, the series was already not selling particularly well. I mean,
they did mag though. They didn't mag.
They did mag. Well, that was their next chance, and then well, actually, no, mag came out before SOCOM 4. So SOCOM 4 was their chance to redeem themselves after mag, and then that hit when the online was down. And what's a SOCOM game without online? Although, Dominic, I'm seeing a greatest hits version of this game, so clearly it's old enough to become a greatest hits. God, how I miss the greatest hits games. I took them for granted, Dominic. I never wanted the one with the greatest hits banner on it, but I wanted it at that price. And they're like, well, you can continue to get it without the banner, but you're going to pay full price.
Now it's just like we gotta wait for a sale, and then it goes back up to regular price again. Like, game is like 10 years old.
You have to be lucky to catch it on a sale if you're like, oh, I'm interested in this game. Oh, it was on sale last week. Well, I got to wait another quarter for it to be back on sale again.
Yeah, I hate that. All right. So that's it for the flashback segment. So we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we get to the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. So let's get to the gaming news. What we got, man?
All right, Dominic. So we got some news from Nintendo. They showed off a talking flower that's going to be $35. It's the flower from Super Mario Wonder. So if you want a physical embodiment of that in your house, you can get one of those. I guess this is the new Big Mouth Billy Bass, huh?
So it doesn't talk to you?
It does talk to you, but like to what extent?
Like, what kind of voice
it's only got like a canned phrase. That's the same annoying voice from the game, which is why I don't know why you would want it, because it's kind of too much in the game. Yeah, I'm sure people will like this. As a like just figure thing, it's fine. I like the look of that thing, but I'm not gonna spend $35. No way.
Well, how much does it cost for that singing bass fish?
$19.95 or 12 installments of $35.
Oh, really? Damn.
Nah. All I remember is installments, so I feel like it was probably an unreasonable amount of money.
Really? That thing cost that much? I didn't think that bass fish would cost that much.
That's it. How much is it? It is. This doesn't appear to be an official listing, Dominic, but there is one on Amazon for $53.
Okay, like I just want to back when I first read it.
Can I not just buy one now? It's $27 on eBay.
Because this thing,
I can't believe that I can't buy a modern day one. That's all I'm saying. That's weird.
Is it just like a Siri one or like a Amazon? I mean, the Amazon.
See, this is what I'm talking about, Dominic. This lady on YouTube turned her Big Mouth Billy Bass into a Big Mouth Billy Magikarp.
Oh, okay.
Now we're talking. See, Nintendo was missing so many opportunities. What are we doing here? You give me this flower when you could have been giving me a Magikarp for 20 years now.
Yeah, exactly.
Ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. Let me see if I could just price of this thing. Now we're on a weird tangent, but like, okay, the original 99 to 2000 Big Mouth Billy Bass unit typically costs between $30 and $50.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Some of them were actual real fish, right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Oh, there we go. As seen on TV, $30. I can buy one today. But yes, $30.
Yeah.
So $5 more, you get a talking plant instead.
Actually, it probably depends on the song. It depends on the song they sing.
Don't worry, be happy, and I will survive is what the Big Mouth Billy Bash said.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, don't worry, be happy.
Yeah.
I will survive. I don't think I heard that one.
Yeah, I don't recall that coming out of a fish's mouth. But. All right, Dominic.
He's a liar. And he's a liar. If you said that.
Because he will not survive. He's already dead on a board. Yeah. All right. So Nintendo also showed off some more gameplay for Meet Up in Bella Bell Park, which is the Switch 2 upgrade for Super Mario Wonder. It is going to add Koopalings. There's going to be one Koopaling added to each of the worlds, and you're going to hunt them down and then face off with them in one of the existing levels. They're adding
Rosalina. Are the Koopalings, are they like the Koopa Kids?
Yeah, the Koopa Kids. Yeah. So I don't know how they fit into modern day lore. I think they're now just employees of Bowser.
Yeah, they're not his
That's why they're
kids.
not the
No, they're not
Koopa
his.
kids anymore. They're
Yeah,
Koopalings.
yeah, and I don't like that because
It
they
turned
try to
out
make it like, oh no,
no,
this because
Bowser's
he has one
monogamous,
kid.
Dominic. He's only had
Yeah,
one
he said he
child.
only has one kid, and I was like, no, man, he had more kids, and he just had, and that could be his new favorite. The youngest is his new favorite.
Yeah, exactly. We all got to choose a favorite kid.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so we're gonna get them. We're gonna get Rosalina as a playable character, and along with Rosalina, they're actually adding Aluma as like a sub character for her. So if you choose her, then you can add a Luma, and a second player can play as that Luma. You can point at the screen and move around, or you can use the mouse mode to move it around. I think that's kind of interesting for someone like who has a younger kid. Like here, you can play with this. You're not going to mess me up too much. Have fun.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to that, though, they also added assist mode to all the playable characters. So, like, Yoshi was a character that was like easier for everyone to play, but now they're basically adding those features to all the characters. So now you can turn on the assist mode and you won't get hurt by enemies. And if you fall in a pit, then a balloon will pick you up and save you so that you won't actually die. And I think that's really cool, again, for younger players. The Yoshi thing was neat, but like people want to play as other characters than Yoshi. And then you're like, well, you can't play as that character because you suck at the game and you can't play this. So now being able to play one of those other characters is nice. That's coming out March 26th. The unfortunate thing, and I was telling you, like, this is $19.99 for the upgrade pack. That feels a little light on content for that price. If you gave it to me at $10 or even cheaper, that would be great. But like $10, I think is the max because I'm not going to use the multiplayer stuff that they're adding for the Bella Bell Park stuff. It's not really like you're adding a whole bunch of new levels here. So really, it would just be me. Like the Koopaling stuff seems neat, but it would really be about the assist mode and like getting my daughter to play the game more. And $20 seems excessive for what you're adding there.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Like I think it should be some levels with that. Like I actually would go for 30 if they had like a world. And I
Yeah,
would probably be
yeah.
like, okay. But 20 for just that, yeah, nah.
Seems like a all
'Cause
right.
I want that assist mode.
Yeah.
I want to have to play with the rabbit, purple rabbit dude or whatever. That
Yeah.
was
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
easy.
Nabbit was in there too, and he made it too.
Yeah, I don't even know who the fuck that is. I don't know what game he came from.
He's just existed forever now, Dominic. Yeah, and they did a video for Donkey Kong Returns HD 2, and they're adding Dixie Kong into and
And
it
that's
looks
actually
like
free.
yeah, and it looks like but you got to own that game, which didn't feel
Well,
like
you
a
just got to
great
own it.
deal
Well,
to
yeah,
begin with.
but yeah, you'll have to pay for it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, so that's cool that they're still doing some stuff. Yeah, so we also got a Xbox Developer Direct. In addition to
Oh, hold
this,
on. Life is Strange.
oh yeah, I did put that on there up there. Life is Strange. I think I mentioned last week that there were rumors about a new Life is Strange.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they
you
did
did.
officially announce Life is Strange Reunion with a trailer. It's coming out March 26th, so pretty soon. You were going to be oh, why am I forgetting her name? I want to say Chloe, but that's the other girl. Alex?
Yeah,
That
Alex.
sound right? Okay. You're returning to playing as Alex, basically post events of the first game. Obviously, it seems like they would have had to make a direction as to like what choice was canon in this case.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why I'm very confused because she didn't live in Mons.
Well, that's the thing is like it seems like she's surprised that Chloe, or are you saying Alex didn't live? because I don't honestly remember the ending of that game.
Oh, the lesbian.
Oh, okay, both of them. But Chloe, you mean
In my
Chloe.
game, she wasn't. In my game,
yeah, I forgot. Sorry,
she was a
sorry.
She was a Christian woman. She was a Christian girl.
Got it. The one that was punished by the hurricane because of her choice. Got it. Okay.
The one with the blue hair. The blue hair
Chloe.
liberal.
I gotcha. So, yeah. But at the same time, the way that Alex reacts to her in this trailer makes me wonder if, like, she thought she was dead also. So it could have been your choice. That was the right choice outside of, the partnership one, obviously. Yeah, from the initial bit of this trailer, it seems like there's some new world-ending thing that is threatening to destroy all of humanity or something like that, and that turns me off, to be honest with you, a little bit, because I think the best parts of that game were the I'm in high school and dealing with, like, the lives of me and my friends and trying to solve the mystery of this girl that was killed, that kind of stuff. And it wasn't until they introduced, like, the hurricane that's going to destroy the town or whatever, where things felt like they got a little too big for their britches, and for that to be maybe the main premise of this one, makes me feel like they're overlooking what got them to the dance. So again, it's been a while since I've played any of the Life is Strange games. I haven't played any since the original, and they did come out with that Before the Storm, which I never got around to playing. So, maybe one of those games offered a similar experience to what I'm saying. The Strange Colors or whatever one seemed like it was supposed to be pretty all right.
Yeah, I like Strange Colors.
Yeah. So, maybe I'm just being a little too pessimistic here. But I am excited that they are returning to this series. I don't think it's Don't Nod that's working on it. So obviously we don't necessarily have that same team that was working on the first game coming back to do this. But, just having the series revisited by a new developer, I'm glad that it's still around. And I'm interested to see what they do with those characters that I liked a lot in that first game. So yeah, here's the hoping they don't ruin it. And I'm glad it's coming out so soon. It's not, not a Wolf Among Us
guy,
situation.
Did he get killed? The bad guy, or did he get arrested?
I want to say he got arrested.
Okay, yeah. I want to see how he's doing too. It's good to see, like, how's he been doing? Yeah, for these 10 years.
Yeah. He's rotting in jail, hopefully, Dominic. All right. So yeah, next up, Xbox Developer Direct. They showed off. They had announced 3 games, and there was a secret 4th game. They showed off Forza Horizon 6, set in Japan.
That was the secret one.
The secret one's the Double Fine
one. Okay.
Yeah. So that was
I was just joking.
okay.
I was sorry. I was
gotcha.
sorry.
It's not so secret anymore, Dominic. Forza Horizon 6, they showed that off. That's coming out May 19th, 2026. On the Xbox and the PC. I'm surprised that this isn't getting like a day and date release on the PlayStation at this point.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
I guess they're just kind of milking it a little bit to, or maybe they just don't have the development resources. I don't know, but it maybe they're just milking it, and 3 months later they'll be releasing it on the PlayStation. It is already on the PlayStation Store. We know it's coming to the PlayStation. We just don't know when yet. I would also be interested to see if this is a game, like, we know now that Indiana Jones is coming to the Switch 2. Do we get a Switch 2 version of Forza Horizon? I think that would be really cool if they can pull that off. As long as they can pull it off. Thinking.
Or maybe they'll just do like what they did with the old Switch games, and like server, like it just streams there.
Oh, no, thank you. Well, I mean, I say no thank you, but if you can give me Game Pass and game streaming as a, hey, you already pay for Game Pass, you can log in on this thing and do that. But if you're trying to sell me a streaming version of Forza Horizon 6 exclusively for the Switch, there's no thank you. You need to figure out your partnership with Nintendo, please. So yeah, it looks good.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Oh, I was going to say what I thought about the game, but
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I would say yeah. Well, yeah, it looks really good. I do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. It makes it feel like Japan, and like it also has like going into the city, like it feel like you're going through Tokyo streets and stuff like that too, not just like out in the outskirts of Japan.
Yeah, which is a welcome change.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, like really urban like areas. So I was like, yeah, man, that's cool, man. And then it's different seasons, like it's been doing. Well, I played more of 4 than 5, so 4 had the seasons there. 5, if they have seasons, I don't think I was in an area where I felt like it wouldn't be snow. So I don't know. Like maybe you have to go somewhere else where there will be snow. Like I don't know how that worked in 5, but
yeah.
Because it was in Mexico, yeah, and I mean Mexico, yeah, you could go up high. It is high elevated, and like in some areas in Mexico, yeah, they could be still. I don't know how they did that, but in this, yeah, they have the 4 seasons and everything there. Also, they have it where you can build like an area, like you can customize apply you get some land and you can customize it by like I guess with buildings and stuff, and I guess put your cars in there. I didn't really look at that part of the video that hard because I kind of fast forward. I kind of fast forward through it because like I was watching somewhat live, but I was behind, so I had rewind, and then I was like trying to catch up to what was happening live because I was
like, these developers are talking too long.
Know what Forza. Yeah, because I already kind of know what Forza is. Like, so I was like,
exactly.
Yeah, so I kind of missed that part, and I don't know how, like what's the details of that. But I mean, I guess it's kind of cool. Yeah, you can build up an area. I mean, have customize a area or something. I mean, I guess that's all right.
It's nice to have something different from the last ones. To give a little more something to engage with than just racing at. Because we've been doing that for so many years. And there's a Gundam, Dominic. You're gonna race a Gundam.
Yeah, yeah. I heard that. I still haven't seen it. I missed
all
that
they
part
do.
Too,
they only show the foot of the Gundam, so it's just like a super tease. But
okay, I see what you're saying. I got you. Kind of like how you race those planes and
it's going to be exactly like one of those, where it's like it's a scripted thing that's very much going to be like, oh, he's just at the finish line, but
Well, they need to have some with Godzilla too, or something, man. There, like
that would be awesome.
Or like
now
or
we're
at least
talking.
One of the or another kaiju monster or something. They could have like instead of like a plane, it'll be Mothra, like flying, like whatever, whatever Mothra does.
Oh yeah. They should also just have the Fast and the Furious guys come in. Specifically, the guy that looks way too old.
With that?
What's that? The new movie?
Is there another? Yeah.
I would assume so. It feels like it's been a couple of years now since the last one, so I feel like we have to be on pace for the next one. I don't know where we are. The next Fast 11, June 2026 release. Though reports suggest it could get delayed until April of 2027. And there is a young guy in there that I don't recognize.
I'm still 2 behind? Maybe 2 behind.
That's about where I am.
I think I've seen 8. I think I've seen 8. I want to say. Whatever the one he died. The guy was that
I
the
think
one he died.
8.
That's the last one I've seen.
Fate of the Furious, Because then 9 is where John Cena comes in, and I think I fell asleep during that one. And then 10 is where they go into space.
Yeah, I think like at least I don't know if all of them do.
Low Earth orbit or something like that.
Yeah, so
and it's got Jason Momoa. I want to say maybe I fell asleep during that one too.
Is he supposed to be
not hitting?
Who's Jason Momoa supposed to be? Is he somebody's brother? Is he Dom's other brother?
I don't remember, or if he was like
John Cena was his brother, right?
Yeah, John Cena was his brother. And
then
his
Jason
brother on his
Momoa
was
his
like
father
related
or mother's side?
His father's Charlize side? Theron's character or something.
Oh. What about Charlize Theron?
I think he was like not related like blood, but like he was tied in with her character maybe.
Oh,
because I think she came back too.
So Jason Momoa was that a? He's not related to Dom at all.
I don't. I'm looking it up here. Plays Dante Reyes. He's a flamboyant, vengeful son of a drug lord. Oh, he is the son of the drug lord from Fast 5.
Oh Jesus! I'm not even going to think about that because I can't remember.
So the one that they stole the safe from, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember the safe. I don't remember the bad guy character though.
Yeah, I mean he wasn't really anything. It was all about the safe stealing Dom. But yeah, the main bad guy there, I guess he's his fun. All right, yeah. So Forza looks good. I'm interested. Especially Game Pass, like that's fine. Beasts of Reincarnation. This is the new game from Game Freak. Yes, the Pokemon people. No, it doesn't look anything like Pokemon. It's basically you are a woman and you have this wolf with you, and you are doing Souls-like combat, but also there looks to be some like RPG, like turn-based stuff as well.
So is it Souls-like or more action-like? Because it seems like the Souls combat doesn't, because it look like it gets in close.
Sorry,
like,
I think
to make it like a.
I think it's more stylish. Like a Sekiro. Where it's a little more fast paced. It's more about like parrying than it is about like being strategic with your. Yeah, sorry.
But they had like the camera view that gets kind of in close, and like I was like, yeah, the Souls. I don't remember Sekiro doing that. Like zooming in, like to a stylish thing, like you would do. That's a little different. Like, yeah, maybe I was like it. Like I said, like plus it looked like it actually has a fucking story. So like I don't. Well, like Sekiro did. Like Sekiro had a story too. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was better than what Souls have. But I know that's not what it's about. But that's what gets me interested. Like that's what I need. Like if you're gonna give me a boring world, you gotta give me something good.
It's got voice acting, Dominic. It really makes you wonder what's holding Pokemon back when you see what is allegedly a small portion of Game Freak, who obviously is using like outside, help. But like the fact that you're not pumping all of your resources into this game and it is somehow, visually stunning and has voice acting. Meanwhile, the thing that is selling billions of dollars of things per game is getting treated like the redheaded stepchild.
Yeah. So yes.
It's going to be an interesting year, Dominic, because I think we got to see a Pokemon game this year too. So.
Oh yeah, I think it's a Pokemon game. Yeah.
I think we're gonna see some interesting review
like
comparisons.
How they did Pearl and whatever. Like the re-release of something's going to be Blackity Black and Whitey White.
Oh,
something like
nice.
that.
Very nice.
Like, yeah. It's like, well, what? I forget. It was another one. Well, no, I think that wouldn't that be the next one that they do?
I think the next one would be a mainline one. Because they did the ZA last year, and this year will be the 30th anniversary for Pokemon. So I feel like they have to
release. It doesn't feel that long ago that the other one came out, though. Aaron,
that's crazy. I mean, 2 years ago now.
Because they had because they had DLC. They had a DLC. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, because what was even that last one? Because I'm still thinking about Short Sword and Shield, but it was Wheels and Feet or whatever.
Pokemon. Damn.
Pokemon Ride Me.
Dang. It was on the tip of my I was about to say
Scarlet
it too.
And Sapphire. Yeah, Scarlet and Sapphire.
Yeah.
We just talked about it a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna be interested to see how these games compare review wise. Like if this game does come out and is an absolute hit, and reviews critically well, and then we get another bland Pokemon game that is clearly not, having any effort put into it. Like, what is the discussion then? Is the discussion like Nintendo is holding these guys back? They're not wanting to put money towards.
I don't think it's. I can't believe it's them.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah,
but for what reason then is Nintendo just not wanting to give them enough money to do a Pokemon on this scale, and Microsoft is willing to give them money for something like this? I'm just mad.
Like, even fine, but why does a Pokemon have to still sound like that? Like it's coming through the Game Boy speaker.
That's just consistency, Dominic. I want my Jigglypuff to still sound like Mah!
Like it don't I can't believe that there's Pokemon fans that said that. I feel like they watched the fucking show. Because that's what I'm saying. I was like, when is he going to start saying their names?
When's Pika Pika going to sound like Pika Pika?
It's gracious. Man.
Should be an interesting year, Dominic. Then we got our surprise game. It is a new Double Fine game. I wouldn't have guessed that Double Fine was ready to show anything else off. Keeper just came out last year. But as it turns out, this is kind of like one of their Amnesia Fortnite projects. Every time they finish a game, or I don't even think it's when they finish a game. I think like during development of games, they just decide like, okay, 2 weeks, we're going to completely forget about this game that we're working on to kind of clear our heads. And we're just going to come up with creative concepts, and everybody's going to work on their own thing, and they can work together and help each other, or they can just kind of do whatever they want. And then they bring these games to the table and they decide like, oh, hey, do we want to develop one of these into something more? Or, are we just good for getting that creativity out? There have been several games that have come out of this process in the past from Double Fine, including like Costume Quest and Stacked and stuff like that. Hacking. So in this case, it is Kiln. You are going to creating pottery, and then that pottery is going to participate in multiplayer fun and games, I guess. Basically, multiplayer battles. And it looks charming. But outside of that, there's not much to it for me. As far as it being kind of a multiplayer focused thing. How about you, Don?
Yeah, I mean, I like how creative like Double Fine is. Like they make these games that you really don't really think about. I mean, like the way they make them. I mean, it might be like overall like the game itself is not doing anything, but the way they input like the art or like the whole concept of it being cups and stuff is like weird. But the multiplayer stuff, I mean, it's probably things you've seen before, but adding that other creative stuff really makes the game feels fresh. But yeah, but I wanted some something a little more like what single player like. It's okay, like yeah, you can have this there, but can you also have like a nice single player game with it
Yeah.
too. Like with that, and like if this was the days back when Double Fine was like putting out multiple games, like Tom, like when they was doing like those weird games like Iron Brigade
Mm.
and then like Double Stack and stuff, but they were like putting out some stuff like there were smaller games or like costume quests. Um, there were smaller games, but they were able to come out, quickly too. It wasn't like Psychonauts. Like Psychonauts would be the big thing that's like we were waiting for Psychonauts 2. It's like, oh yeah, Psychonauts 2 or something like that. But they have these smaller things that come out. And like, well, we did have, Keeper, and I guess you can say this too. I guess you could put that along the lines. Maybe there's something, but I was kind of hoping that Keeper would be the small one, and then their next one would be
Yeah.
uh, a big one, like game. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just um, yeah, it's something different, but it's like it's not something I would play, but I hope it's something that people will play. I wonder how. Yeah, I'm curious how it will.
Yeah, I
How
hope
is it
it's
going to do?
successful regardless of how I feel.
Yeah. But I wonder. It's like it's gone are the days of having that in games. Like if you're multiplayer, if you got it's either your single player or your multiplayer. You don't have the games where have like they have a story and they also have a multiplayer to it.
Yeah.
You don't you don't get that anymore.
Too expensive.
Yeah, like Call of Duty is like was the only one thing that was kind of doing it. You know, um, that was really doing it. And this time you see what happened. This time they try to put it all together. Like now it's the co-op kind of story thing, even though nobody really liked that. But yeah, it's just games don't really do that anymore. It's like, hey, yeah, we got you don't yeah. I'm trying to think of something that actually has that. I mean, not counting fighting games or anything. Nah, I don't. I can't think of anything. I mean, I guess it or not counting fighting games or racing games or anything like that. But yeah, man, it's just you either focus it all on one thing, like you're a multiplayer game, like or you're focusing on single player or co-op or something like that.
Mm. All right, Dominic.
All
After
right.
that, they showed off Fable. That is actually allegedly releasing this year in autumn. They did not give a firm release date, which, as I was telling you, gives me some level of pause. It makes me wonder if they are.
Wait a minute. What Double Fine did it have a release date?
Uh, I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember seeing one, but I feel like it's got to.
What is the
Quarter
game
two
called?
of 2026. So sometime before summer, I guess, basically.
What's it called? Kill?
Kiln.
Oh, Kilm. Oh, with the M. There's a thing called Kiln. Kill with the N. Born. Killborn. It's a pottery store in Eastern
Craig
Maryland.
Kilborn?
Nah, yeah. Killborn Creations. That's crazy. Oh, but yeah. Okay, so that is coming. Yeah, I was wondering. It's like I thought it was all be like.
That's another thing, though.
I
Like,
was unsure.
why do you announce that if you don't have a firm date on it? Especially if it's coming so soon.
So soon, yeah.
It just seems weird. I don't know. But yeah, Fable. Like, I think it looks visually fine. I know some people were complaining about like frame rate dips that they saw in the trailer.
Oh yeah, the frame rate thing. I just thinking there was just. I mean, I guess. Well, I don't know about hoping. I I was thinking that it was the way the frame rate looked was because of they were trying to see the max fidelity of the graphics or
Right.
whatever. Like that's the only reason why it wasn't they didn't go like 60 or whatever you say.
Mhm.
Yeah, because they wanted to show how good the graphics are, and it's probably like, yeah, if you want to see like Max Modell, it's probably gonna be 30 frames per second. Um, if you want, but you want smoother, you're gonna miss some of that, but it'll be smooth like you want it. That 60 or 120 or whatever the f you want to do it.
Yeah, I think you get into trouble with stuff like this because like it's one thing if Nintendo shows me a game and I see dips in it and I'm like, man, they push that to the limit and there appears to be some dips. It's nice that they're at least showing me that that's how I'm going to experience this game cuz like that's the way it's going to be on that console, right? But when you come to like Xbox stuff, it's very much easier for them to kind of lie to you because they could put this on like the beefiest of PCs and have it run smooth at 8K or whatever.
Oh
And
yeah,
then it comes out on the Xbox and you're like, man, this thing is really chugging. So
yeah. Now, yeah, I agree that
yeah. So it feels like kind of a double
it
standard to say like, oh, like they're showing it off and the frame rate doesn't look great. I could throw this on a PC and adjust some of those settings till I'm dialed in with a happy frame rate most likely.
yeah, I would say like consistent, maybe consistent. Like I would agree. Like yeah, say yeah, the frame rate wasn't consistent. Yeah, but because I mean, I saw some people complain just it being 30, and I was like, or like yeah, nowhere near 60 or something like that, and I was like, um, yeah, so yeah, I think they're just showing the graphics, but yeah, I mean, probably not looking consistent. Like I guess I can see that. And plus, I mean, I will give those guys say a little leeway what they say because like if there was like they were showing this game off like last year or 2 years ago, what they showed off, I would be like, yeah, we're still got some ways to go. Like
Mhm.
for wherever they say the release date is. Like this game is coming out this year, and I'm not saying that they can't fix it. They totally can. Like that could be fixed, but just like, but why have that in your video, which is a highly edited video?
Yeah.
I mean, so like, why even have that as your gameplay? Why not have it the parts you have running at least a consistent frame rate or something? I don't. Yeah, so yeah, that's arguable. And plus, I mean, and I can't get mad at people because the way what Xbox has been doing, like what y'all been doing recently, you know, with the your whole console raising price of consoles and the Game Pass and canceling studios and stuff like that, like people are going to scrutinize you. Like they're already going to scrutinize. They already scrutinize you. But now they're going to scrutinize you even more, like with things like this. Like, may not be fair, but they're going to look at like, hey, is this Fable going to come out and look its best or something like that? Like, what's going to happen here? And because you had delays, and you still don't even have a firm date for this year.
Right. Which is concerning to me. That you don't have a firm date for this year. And you're also like what is the story around this game going to be? And I know, they talk in the trailer about being a hero. It's like in the first game and there's combat, but there's also like, hey, you could just do all this other stuff. And yeah, there was other things you could do. You could buy property and stuff. And then in what, like Fable 3, you were the king or whatever, and you had to manage some of that stuff. But like
See,
when
yeah, I think I totally missed out on Fable 3.
yeah, when
Like
you go back to your
I had started it,
roots,
but I ain't really played it.
when you go back to the roots of the series, like that's not what I liked about Fable. I liked it as just generally an
You didn't like
action
being a
game.
tycoon, Daniel.
What's that?
You didn't like
I
being a
didn't like being a
tycoon.
tycoon. I keep my tycooning to the Tycoon series exclusively.
Exactly.
Um, there's games for that. I like the humor of Fable, even though it doesn't always hit, but I think generally, I think it works pretty well. And I like the story and the gameplay of the first one. The
Yeah, I feel
trend.
like the stuff they showed off was like, yeah, you can talk about that stuff and like the extra stuff, but I felt like but you also had talked about some of the story elements, so like the actual quests you
Yeah.
do or something, and like I felt like that should have been more. It should have been more to this. On this on a like it should have been more video on this on Fable. Like it should have
Yeah.
been a part. Like you usually like on a big RPG, it's like it's okay to spoil like a quest, like at least one quest, like early or something,
Yeah, something
because you
early
want to
on.
really show people. Yeah, because yeah, because you want to show how people what you can do, and plus the game is so big because it's an RPG that it won't be that big a deal. And I felt like it should have been something where you go in detail of like what choices you can make
Yeah.
and something like that. Like
And
you
I'm
would show
sure
all of
they
them. You
would
probably show
argue
one.
like, "Oh, we did that with the giant, and if you kill the giant, then he's going to be dead on your thing, and your
Yeah, but
property
you didn't really
taxes are going to
show
go
it
down."
happening. Like you just
Nah.
talked about, yeah. And honestly, yeah, you got it. It was a way you could did it where you didn't really spoil like what the giant body would still be there. You could have just said like during the quest, like, hey, now there's consequences for this giant being here or whatever,
Yeah.
or like whatever.
You plant a tree and it'll be grown when you get there.
Yeah, but I wondered, like, because I wonder. So I was waiting for like to somebody's like, so wait, is the giant going to defecate now because he's dead now? So all this like what? How
Giants'
does that
anatomy
work?
doesn't work like ours, Dominic. They don't void their bowels
Oh,
when they die.
okay. It's like, oh shit, it's a shit flood. It's like, oh fuck. It's like this flood in town. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. It's like, darn man, y'all could have done more. And then, well, there's going to be another show. They said they're going to talk more, but it felt like this one, like this shouldn't have been what you focus on. That like I like what the game looked like. Like I'm a little excited. I'm a little excited for it because yes, for the game because like I like that you could do. I mean, the idea that you have all this extra stuff, it kind of reminds me what this game was because I haven't played it in fucking years. And I was like, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I like that stuff. Yeah, it wasn't a focus, but I did like the ability, like just having the options, like how like interactive the world is. But yeah, I wanted also more for you to talk about this game, like what this game, what you can do, like the actual story, like how's this, like
They don't
show
want to
like
talk
how
about
it
it too much,
starts out
Dominic,
or
because they're
something.
still not sure if they're going to cancel it or not.
And yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, they showed like the customizations and stuff like that. So you have to be the ugly girl for anybody who's complaining like about the way the woman looks, which yeah, this becomes so weird that people are complaining about that. Because I'm thinking like, it's, the game's gonna be create a character like it usually
Yeah.
is. Like, what the hell are you
They're
bitching
all going to
about?
look this ugly, Dominic. How dare you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they better. Yeah, well, hopefully they have it in there, just like in that customization, like in Cyberpunk, where you can put your dick size and stuff like that in there, and have everything. So there you go. Um, but yeah, the overall show, yeah. I mean, like we were talking before, like it's very sterile show. Like it's the same type of direct. They do the direct the same way they done it for the last whatever years they've been doing it now, and
Yeah. It feels like a
um
lot of filler, even though it's people talking about the game. It's kind of more, I don't know, played up, I guess. It's a whole to do when you could be spending more time actually showing me the game. And I think
yeah,
they're trying to use it as a way to humanize people and like show us that these studios are, full of people, but like we don't need to be the ones to see that. I believe it's the people making the decisions at Microsoft that need to be shown these developer directs.
yeah,
We just want to see the game.
yeah, and like because if you just have a person out there just talking about the game like just genuine and not like from a cue card or something, it already kind of humanizes it, really. Like
Yeah.
there's ways
it
to
shows
do
that they're
that without
genuinely
having.
excited and interested in the thing. Like,
Yeah,
just because they stammer a little bit doesn't necessarily mean they're not excited. But when you're just like, I love this part of Forza because when I was younger,
yeah.
I used to look at the DeLorean and
Or when they
it
were
is
talking
now
about
represented in the game.
and how they talk about the different cups that they like in that game. Like it was
I am a
like
fan of
what?
mugs. Meanwhile, I like pint glasses.
But yeah, so but overall, I mean, like Forza Horizon 6, yeah, I'm interested to play it. Because it really got me wanting to play Forza Horizon 5. And now I'm thinking like, you know what? The next time Forza Horizon 5 goes on sale, maybe I'll buy it in the DLC because Forza Horizon 4, I can't get no more. I can't like I was kind of like, oh man, I wanted to get that I think they had Lego. I think they had a Lego thing for
Yeah.
them too. Yeah, and I said I wanted to get that, but now it's like I can't get it anymore. Because it's been I forgot what the word they call it, whatever, decommission because of the licensing and shit like that. And I was like, yeah, that sucks that these racing games can't even stay. Like Forza Horizon 3, I can't even get if I wanted it. I mean, it would have to be a legal way to get it. So I
Yeah.
wanted to have that game. And that fucking sucks. Um I mean, it's not their fault. It's just the way license work, which is just I think it's just awful. It's just like that. Yeah, it's just way like why can't I wish they could be like, look, man, this is in the game. Like this is it. Like you got paid and game just going to sell. But yeah, I mean, whatever. That's the law and everything. But yeah, because Forza Horizon, because I still want to play some more Forza Horizon 5, but like 6, yeah, being in Japan, that's cool. Beast of Reincarnation, I'm curious to see what that's like.
Mhm.
If it is a game I would like, but the Souls like thing really kind of turns off for me. But the story seems all right, so I don't know. Or you bitch done fine. That's I don't think it's something I'll try it out because it's on Game Pass, but that's
Yeah.
it.
And that's still, the
And
appeal of
Fable, of
having
course.
Game Pass for now, despite the price increases. All of these games being available there, like, yeah, there's a good chance that I'll give something like Beast Reincarnation, even though it might not be something I would necessarily want to immediately plunk down money for. There's a good chance that I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll give that a try.
All right. So what other news we got?
All right, Dominic. The last one I got here, Ubisoft is going through some struggles. We talked last year about how they spun off, most of their major franchises into this subsidiary with Tencent. So what is left is basically the remnants, and one of those remnants being the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake, which up until a couple of days ago, people were rumoring that, it was going to release any day. Like there's a good chance it might shadow drop. Some people even speculated that it could have shown up at this Xbox Developer Direct, although there not so much that, just because it seemed like, the Developer Direct was going to be mostly like the surprise game would be like a first party kind of thing. And this is obviously going to be coming out other places. Well, not anymore. Um, so yeah, Ubisoft announced that they have canceled the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake, which was allegedly like 90%, 99% of the way done. Who knows what state that would have been, because we saw the
Is it
way
like
that game
redone?
originally looked.
Like because then they had to scrap the
Yes,
other
this
one.
this would be the
They
remade version of that. So from the last time that we actually saw it, which was awful looking and we were all disappointed, they've been working on it since then, seemingly, and had prepared a new thing. Now we haven't even seen trailers for that, so it really makes you wonder what state that really was in. And maybe that's what led to the decision of them deciding they would just kill a game that they had effectively finished instead of releasing it, and maybe hurt their, reputation or something like that. But yeah, they've just killed that game. They've killed that game along with, I believe it was 5 other titles, and they have delayed several other titles, most of which, were unnamed. There's a lot of speculation that one of those titles that was delayed is the Black Flag remake, which is apparently a thing that is, in the works, has long
Oh
been
man, I don't
rumored.
like that.
So,
Because I feel like you just make a real power ship game based on that, because that Skull and Bones
they
shit
did. They
was
made Skull and
bullshit.
Bones, Dominic.
Well, I just said Skull and Bones was bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's their excuse, right? They're going to say, well, we tried that with Skull and Bones, even though that game was
No,
very
you
much
didn't. You
not
didn't
what
try.
people asked for when they wanted a Black Flag, but, mostly ship stuff. They didn't want a
That game took
multiplayer
forever to come out
thing.
just to be. Oh my god, that game, that quadruple A game, took forever to come out.
Yes. So yeah, it's
And
really rough.
I really wish they didn't mess up Prince of Persia second time the first time. Like,
It
what?
would be nice.
What
It
the
would have
fuck?
been out by now.
Yeah, I what the fuck happened? Like, why did it look like that?
That is a very good question,
Like, why they
Dominic.
thought that was good? Like, what was it? I don't know, man. It's so weird. Like if you're gonna, yeah, I feel like you're gonna remake something like Santa Tom, yo. Like, you really put a lot of effort in it, or don't do it. Just don't do it then.
Right. And the fact that they showed it off to us, it's not like something that, was being worked on behind the scenes. They showed that trailer. They made that decision to take that very bad looking game and show it to the public. And maybe that was
Yeah,
somebody
I kind
higher
of want
up,
to see it
like
again just to
showing
remember.
maybe it was somebody teaching somebody a lesson, right? Maybe it was like, oh, you wanna work on this, huh? Go ahead, okay. And we'll let you, and then we're gonna show it off, and everybody's gonna go, oh, it's disgusting. And then you're gonna learn your lesson. Maybe that's what that was. But maybe they also learned the lesson of, oh, people do actually want this. So I guess maybe now we should, put it in the works to have it properly done. And then Ubisoft being Ubisoft just failed at that. Um, who knows? Like I wish I could figure out what goes through anyone in Ubisoft management's mind, because we talked last week about them closing down the studio because it unionized, and now they're basically like killing any games that aren't Far Cry, Rainbow Six, or Assassin's Creed. And yeah, the reality is what these guys need to be doing is making far smaller games for all of the many popular franchises that they
Yeah,
have so many properties, Dominic. They could be making Rayman games right now. They could be making Splinter Cell games. They could be making
shit, that
Watchdog
was
games.
5 years ago. That was 5 years ago when they showed off this trailer.
I
Damn.
believe it.
God damn, that was, well, I'm looking at it now. Oh my god, yeah. Like, this would be an alright remake if it came out um 10 years before that time. Or 2020. Yeah, so 2010. 2010, maybe, yeah, it would have been okay. And no, it wouldn't. Now I'm looking at this, no, it wouldn't. This would be a huge disappointment if this came out. Even then. Because it's almost like you could have just freaking just up-res the current one and
Yeah,
just probably add a little bit of stuff.
because it was visually that ugly.
This was bad. Yeah. Like, why did they think? Someone said Sims 4 Prince of Persia expansion pack. You know what? It does look like something could be like put up in the Sims 4. Like, you just that is pretty bad. Somebody said, yeah, the remake did get a remake, and then they ended up canceling it. And yeah.
I hope some way that whatever was made gets leaked and in a
Someone
playable
said
form. I
Ubisoft
want
really.
to see what it is.
Yeah, yeah. I hope it gets leaked too. Somebody said Ubisoft really did master the sands of time. They rewound the whole remake out of existence. Say here after it got canceled. Can't believe we waited 6 years for nothing. I say, guys, you don't get it. The prince successfully rolled back the timeline and prevented the game from ever being released.
Saved us from.
Damn, man. Oh well. Let's move on. What we got?
That's basically it, Dominic. For the gaming news, we were going to do predictions, at the beginning of every year, and as we close out this month, we're getting into what we see in the future of video games in the year 2026. But before we do that, we take a quick look back at what our predictions were for the year before and kind of rate our work, I guess. So we'll start this off, Dominic, with your predictions for 2025, that there would be a new MLB game. That has kind of been a consistent from when we started doing these predictions. It's kind of always been a prediction for you. That didn't end up happening, right?
By new MLB, I mean like new company
License.
doing an MLB game, not Sony. Yeah.
Did we get something this
fruition.
year, Dominic? Was that the other year where we got like an MLB game that was really bad?
I mean, we have there have been other companies that like I don't even know who they are, but like they made a game, and it's bad, but it's like because there was a rumor that EA was going to be doing something with MLB, and I think it was something and then I don't know if it was basketball. Was it basketball was arcade or football? Maybe it was MLB. That something was more arcadey or something being done. I don't remember, but it wasn't like a traditional, like regular simulation game, and that's what sucked. That was like, so yeah. So it looks like that's. I don't know if there's ever be a thing. Well, it's not. Well, put like this. I don't know when that will ever.
You got to go back and play Out of the Park Baseball 24 down. With this.
Yeah. I was. I think I saw that. Yeah. I'll give that a try. Why not?
Relatively ugly game. It's got official players and MLB license. Also, eBaseball MLB Pro Spirit from Konami. Oh, wait, that's a strategy focused Out of the Park Baseball 20. Interesting.
Oh, is that like, you just do the lineups and stuff like that?
I don't know, because they have 3D on the field action, but I don't know what that actually plays out.
I wonder how that works.
Oh, that's a phone game.
I was mad that the show's not on PC. They're still not putting it on PC yet.
Yeah. Which is surprising. I mean, I guess they just... At one point, I would have said it's surprising because, like, the Xbox audience isn't that big, and the PC audience at this point might be bigger. But maybe, I don't know. But obviously, or at one point, I would have said, like, oh, the Xbox audience is big enough to, like, force them to release that on that. But now, obviously not. I think that's where I've been actually going. All right, next up, Dominic, you had the Switch 2 launching with a new Mario, not necessarily a 3D one, potentially a 2D one. but a big Mario game, not Mario Kart specifically, you said. And then we got started talking about like Mario Kart and how that should just be Smash Kart because they need to expand outside of the Mario universe and use all the Nintendo characters. And you had specifically said because no one's buying that Air Riders bullshit again or something like that. And I thought that was quite hilarious considering they also came out with an Air Riders game that at this point we did not know was coming.
Yeah, they made it despite me, Daniel.
Yeah,
That's what
yes, they did. Sakurai heard that.
Within a year, he made that game despite me.
I mean, that man doesn't sleep, so obviously he had time. All right. Final Fantasy VII Remake coming to the Xbox. That did, in fact, happen. We had then talked about, like, would we see Rebirth also be coming? And that has not happened yet. But we speculated if it did, that maybe the first game would come to Game Pass. That did not happen. They won full price. Well, not full price. They didn't want full price.
Not full, yeah.
But they wanted money for that game. They did not want that on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Pal World coming to the Switch 2. That has not happened yet. Madden coming to the Switch 2. That did.
They try to sue him.
Yes, they did. Yeah, because at that time, we didn't know about the lawsuit yet, right?
I don't think so. I think it was always just because I don't think it officially got a lawsuit.
It's just speculation.
Yeah.
That like, man, this sure does look like a Pokemon game, and they're probably not happy
doing the
about
patents. That. Yeah, they do the patents and nothing yet. Yeah, they did all that last year, like try to patent.
Yep. Madden did come to the Switch 2. You had predicted that. I haven't heard anything about how that runs or is, which would make me think it's probably fine. Because you would hear people complaining if it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you said Wolf Among Us would come out summer or fall, or if it did not, then it would not be coming at all. We have yet to see that. We have not gotten the official cancellation. We have gotten them saying it's still being worked on. But I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if what you had was true. Then you also had DS games coming to Switch Online. We did not get DS games. We instead got GameCube stuff. But I would still love to get some DS stuff on there, especially if you get some kind of official adapter that allows you.
It's never happening now.
Put the thing. Yeah, probably not. They'll probably try and sell you some other kind of device, but one day there's plenty of ways to play DS games, Dominic, including a Nintendo DS. Be okay.
Yeah.
My prediction would be that there would be no 3D Mario at launch, but it would release sometime before the holiday of last year. That did not happen. This basically followed the trajectory of Donkey Kong, though. Donkey Kong did not show up at launch, but did come out shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
I said Xbox would continue to put games on Sony and Nintendo. Expect to see Hi-Fi Rush or Master Chief Collection on the Switch by the end of the year. Sony is getting some games, obviously, and they're getting that new Halo situation, not before the end of last year. Nintendo, there hasn't really been a lot for them. Hi-Fi Rush, obviously, not even owned by Microsoft anymore.
They ain't have the Switch to
Element Kits
stuff yet.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people speculated, is that they didn't get Switch 2 development kits early on. Something like Keeper, I very much would have expected to see on the Switch 2. But at this point, I don't know if I would, just because it doesn't feel like that game hit super hard. But maybe that's just for me. I've heard positive things about that game, and maybe it's just me that it didn't really end with. Because it's not even out on PlayStation yet. So if it were to come to PlayStation, I would not at all be surprised if it also came to Switch 2 at that point. There's got to be, a change there, though. Like losing money by not putting things out on the Switch 2, I think, does not interest Microsoft. I think we will definitely see something there. Gears of War getting a launch date in 2025 and coming to PlayStation within 3 months of that launch date. We have not gotten a launch date. We have not heard anything. else about Gears. So yeah, we did get Reloaded coming out on the PlayStation this past year. So there was a Gears, but not the one I was talking about. I said it was going to be a big release year for Xbox. And if looking back, despite the amount of games I played, I think it really was, and it was a pretty positive release year for them. You know, when I started like writing a list of the games, I just kept going like that. Oh, I forgot about this one and I forgot about that one. You had the Oblivion remaster, South of Midnight, Outer Worlds, Grounded 2, Tony Hawk, Ninja Gaiden, Keeper, Doom: The Dark Ages. I'm sure there is at least one or two more.
Gears Reloaded.
Gears Reloaded.
For the PlayStation people.
You know, they did have a pretty big year, and all of those games were pretty positive.
Yeah, it was really just the company that was down.
Yeah,
I mean, like people were down on the overall Xbox. Like,
absolutely, yeah.
Of what they're doing, but the games they had games that come out.
Yeah, they finally had games actually releasing. Yeah, even if it wasn't like the tip. Oh, Avowed! I didn't even put Avowed on that list.
Oh shit! Yeah, Avowed. Yeah.
So they
and I mean, Call of Duty is down, but it came out. So.
I specifically didn't put Call of Duty on the list. But yeah, I think they did. They had a solid year. Like if they had more years like this, I think you would have far fewer people complaining about Microsoft being in the video game space. Conversely, I said Sony was going to have kind of a blasé down year. They were going to have Ghost of Yotei, but not much more to it than that. And that was absolutely true. Wolverine did not release. Ghost of Yotei was their biggest thing outside of third-party stuff.
Oh, well, whatchamacallit?
Am I forgetting about something?
The shooter. The shooter. The multiplayer shooter. What's the name of it, man?
I'm completely blanking on what you're talking about.
Helldivers.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes. Yeah. Helldivers was big for them. Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, compared to what Microsoft was able to get out last year, definitely, didn't help them in selling consoles, obviously. But maybe that speaks to where Microsoft's head is with games right. I said Ubisoft was going to enter some kind of business agreement or get sold to some company. As it turns out, they are teaming up with Tencent for their new subsidiary, Vantage Studios, which basically has their three biggest properties: Rainbow Six, Assassin's Creed, and Far Cry. That's pretty much. It seemed like pretty much a certainty, and now with the news that we're talking about with Ubisoft, it feels like there's the future is there, and there's not much future otherwise. I think I put this under mine, but I think this was actually yours. Two versions of the Switch. It wasn't going to be two different sizes or anything, but it just a colorful SKU and a gray SKU. You said this because you said $350 for the price tag. If it was $400, you would probably be pushed more in the direction of getting a handheld PC like the Steam Deck.
I said that shit.
Yes, yes, you did.
Well, you know what? And see, I think I would have get it, but I can't. It's harder to cheat on the Steam on the Steam Deck. So
yeah,
and then the other ones cost too much.
I was gonna say they're far more expensive.
Yeah,
definitely. All right, then we had for me, I said a new original Double Fine game, which we did get in the Keeper. And then you had mentioned, you had mentioned like coming to the PS5 because like Double Fine hadn't had any exclusive games up until that point, even though they had, been bought out by Microsoft. And shockingly, the Keeper is not yet on PlayStation 5 and not on the Switch either. So, yeah. kind of weird. And then I had jokingly said at the end, that you would get no new episode of Being a Dick in 2025. You had said, that's more likely to happen in 2026 because there was one right around the corner. And you had informed me that, yeah, there was one that released early in 2025. So now the race is on to see whether we get another episode.
Yeah, they get another one. I don't even know. Like during that now, I definitely have to play the last one again because I don't freaking remember. I remember I just don't know what's in that closet. That's what I remember. Like whatever that woman has hiding in the closet. I know that was the end of it. That they see it and hopefully we'll know what it is in this next episode. That's all I want to know. And I'm done. Like I don't even care about finishing the story now to that point. I'll come back to that game when it's all done.
Yeah.
Like
once you get the complete version released on the Nintendo Switch 5.
I just had a strong feeling like he's not going to complete it. I just had a strong feeling he's not, and he's going to be almost done. But he's like,
well, that's why you need to get into his inner circle, Dominic, and help him out with it. Or at least take the property so when he passes away.
I just want to know the script. I'll be like, yeah, I'll help you out. Let me see the script, and then I just want to know what happens. And I was like, okay, I'm good.
You're gonna edit this part out of the podcast, Dominic, so you can make that happen.
I was like, I don't care about the sex scenes and shit. It's like whatever. I was like, I don't know how much more you can do. I mean, like, dude, like, I don't like what. I don't know what else you can do. Unless you're into pissing game, which I know he
I love the fact, Dominic, that this game is like the epitome for you of I read Playboy for the article.
It really is because
you're like no, I'm here for the story. It's like, but
because if I really was into the sex stuff, I was like, I got plenty of it. I got 11 episodes of that shit.
Right.
It's like I mean, I guess because it's like, oh, it's something new, but it's like, it's something different, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's still the same.
Right.
It's still what it is. And there's plenty of other games, too. There's plenty of other games. It's probably not as good as this one, but they're, whatever.
I know. I've been to the Steam storefront, Dominic.
Yeah, if I'm really into that shit, I'll go get it. But I'm not. That's not what I played it for, right? Because it was actually a well done, like, visual novel game. Like, you actually, like, the story itself is really good. It just had adult stuff in there.
All right, Dominic. So those were our previous year's predictions. I think we'll do the same thing we did last year, which is kind of go back and forth with predictions. I'll let you start it off for 2026. What do you got?
All right. So first up on my predictions, I say there will be a new Mario game this year, and it will be fully 3D, not 2D game.
I'm on board with you. That's my first prediction here too. It feels like an easy one. I know there's a lot of speculation because the Donkey Kong game was made by that team. I guess
to make it that easy is when will it be released? I'll see it's released in October. I want to change my release date. I want to say it's released. I'm going to pick a summer date.
See, that's the direction I was going to go.
Okay, well, I'll keep October. October. I said it first.
I would say July or August. I'll specifically say July, I guess, just to
Mario Sunshine 2. That's
exactly. Part of me says that because this is the 40th year anniversary of Mario, and it feels like they need to do something big for that. But it is also the 40th year anniversary of.
I feel like it'll be something like. It could be something early on that they just do on the on their consoles. I mean, on those old consoles.
Yeah, they'll just bring back Mario 35, except they'll make it Mario 40. Like it's very easy to say, like, oh, they're going to do something big for their anniversary, and it's like they never do. Why do you think they're going?
I feel like they'll put Mario Sunshine on the GameCube thing.
Well, it's already on there, I think.
I mean, Mario Sunshine? I don't think so.
No,
that's not up there. That's not up there.
Oh, is it that's
That
probably
Mario
because it's
Sunshine
part of
is
the
part of
collection, I
the
guess?
3. Yeah, it's part of the correction, but yeah, but I don't think that's why they wouldn't do it because they did Mario 64
Right.
twice. I'm trying to think what other big Mario game they haven't put on their yeah online store. I mean, not online store. What is it called? What is this called?
Mario or
The old
Nintendo
console.
Switch Online. And then the expansion pack
That's it.
is the
Well,
yeah, that's
okay.
it. It's
Uh,
just the Nintendo
it's,
Switch Online.
what's in the Switch Online? Like, what haven't they? The big Mario game they haven't done. I think they did, but mostly everything for the Super Nintendo. I can't. I mean, I look like I've seen everything up there. Um, Nintendo, I want to say they did too. At least the
It
ones
would be
I know
cool if
about.
they released like a version of the Super Mario 3D Land, the 3DS one. If they could pull that off without the 3D.
Oh, okay.
I think the only reason you would need 3D in that game really is because you didn't have a camera stick to work with. You know, something like that could be played very easily with, being able to rotate the camera instead to see the things. I just wonder if the gimmick of it would or the loss of that gimmick would make you maybe rate the game less, not as good. But I remember like
That'll be it. Yeah, I think that's everything as far as big
yeah.
games. Because they
That's
got
why it feels
so
like
Mario
they've
64.
got to have a new one. And
Yeah, so Sunshine. So 'cause, like Sunshine is the last as far as the consoles that they have now. Like they don't have no.
hmm.
Yeah, that I have up there is just Mario Sunshine.
I was listening to Giant Bomb and Jeff Grubb on there. I can't remember if he came up with the theory or if he had said like he saw other people speculating that like maybe Donkey Kong was a game that was going to come out on the Switch for kind of the launch of the Switch Pro. So it's been done for a while and just kind of sitting on the shelf. And then they've released that, with the Switch 2. So that team has been working on something else while that's just been done, kind of waiting for the release of the Switch 2. And I could see a world where that would be true. So that's how you get to a new Mario this quickly after Donkey Kong, which is worked on by the same.
How much some like real investigative reporting like on Nintendo's there, man. To know like what the hell's going on in
You
there.
can't get in there, Dominic. The Nintendo ninjas will get you.
How many bodies you got in the basement?
Too many, Dominic. Too many. All right. So what's your next prediction, Dominic?
I got Grand Theft Auto. It would not be postponed,
Okay.
but wait a minute. What I have here? Always online. Oh, it will. But when it comes up, it will be a game that's you have to always be online to play.
That would not shock me at all. I could see that.
You want me to keep going, or are you going to do?
No,
One?
sorry, I didn't know if you had any more to say about that.
Oh, no.
Kind of to stay on the Nintendo train for me, because it is the 40th anniversary for Zelda as well. I expect something out of this year. There have been rumors a lot about a remake of Ocarina of Time. I could see that being kind of their tentpole thing. Or even what I would like to see would be like a remake of Link to the Past. In a similar fashion to the Link's Awakening remake. Not necessarily that same art style, but staying true to the isometric view, not trying to like take it into a 3D.
I mean,
and
they didn't
fully
do
do that.
one. I almost felt like they did one.
Nah, not that I recall.
Oh,
I
is
mean,
this a re-release? I guess.
yeah.
Like the Four
I mean,
Swords.
they released it with Four Swords on the Game Boy Advance, but that's been the extent of it. And then I feel like at some point this year they need to release the Twilight Princess and Wind Waker games that came out on the Wii U exclusively, the HD versions of those. We've gotten Skyward Sword for the Switch. It's been long rumored that those games are done and just sitting on a shelf somewhere waiting to be released. And I don't know why Nintendo didn't feel with the previous Switch that, it was the time, but it definitely feels like that could be a nice, first or second quarter, first half of the year release, and then whatever the big remake thing is coming out sometime later in the fall. That's why I would have the Mario game come out sometime in the summer, basically as a here's the year mark for the Switch. First birthday, here's a Mario game, and then your holiday game would be whatever the Zelda, along with whatever things they might come out. Because there's the Fire Emblem game somewhere in that timeline, right? That we've got coming up. So
yeah, I want to say that's spring. I want to say that would be spring. I mean, this is my guess. I have no idea.
And we may find out very soon. There's always rumors of a February Switch Direct, so we could find out a lot of what's coming out this year from Nintendo very soon. I'd probably say, even before mid-month, so very soon. Let's see. Yeah, so that's kind of where my head is with the Zelda franchise. Like, it feels like they got to do something. I'm not expecting like a brand new game though. It feels like we're a ways off from that.
Okay.
So what do you got?
I got Xbox announced. They will announce that they stop production of Xbox consoles.
And that's Xbox One, right? That's or Xbox
the one. The latest. Yeah.
Okay.
The series.
That's consoles, not saying they're quitting the hardware industry, right? That's just
no. Okay. They just stop. They will stop. They will stop production of those consoles at some point this year. Maybe they announced something new. I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, I think they'll say like they're going to announce their new console, or they say hey, we're working on our new consoles in like the works or some shit. Yeah. So,
see, my prediction is kind of opposite of that. I think they're obviously. I don't even know if they say that they've stopped operation or that if they just kind of keep quiet about that. But I think we are going to have a pretty quiet year on hardware from them. I don't think this Ally handheld really hit in the way that maybe they would hope. I don't think we're going to get a dedicated handheld thing from them this year. And I'm not totally sure that they're going to be confident enough that they're going to want to release a console next year, especially with the difficulties in sourcing things like RAM and PC components. I would not be surprised if they just try and keep it on the down low and kind of silently bow out of the hardware game if they don't need to to make a big fuss of it, and continue to publish games and put out lots of games and try and pivot the narrative to, hey, we're a very successful video game publisher. That what more do you need than that? Why are you asking us all these questions? Leave us alone.
All right. My next prediction is was that one of your predictions you had?
Yeah, that was one of my predictions.
Okay. All right. My next prediction is WB Games will only have the Batman Lego game that comes out this year. The Hogwarts game will be next year. Yeah, that's my prediction. Yeah,
I could see that. Yeah, absolutely. And I wonder to that point, like, do we get there? I guess like if that game's releasing next year, is the studio releasing that game still under the same banner, still under the Warner Brothers banner, or have they found a way to sell them off? But say, hey, they're making this game.
I was gonna say like that was gonna be the last game they probably ever have.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So I wonder if they would be willing to
under WB Games
sell
like,
off
WB
that
Games
studio and say, yeah, you can license the Harry Potter. You can license Harry Potter from us and release this game. We'll still get a cut. We started development of it, but we kind of don't want these video games anymore. So go ahead and take it. All right, I've got, we're going to start seeing by the end of the year either leaks or possibly even an official announcement about a portable PlayStation device of some sort. There have been a lot of rumors that there's, the PlayStation 6 will include some level of like, oh, there's going to be a portable version as well as a main console version. And maybe this is a little too early.
Go ahead.
But I think we at least start seeing maybe like, oh, this is a picture of it from the factory. Much in the way that we saw like the Joy-Cons and stuff.
Yeah, I had the PlayStation console announced in summer.
Okay.
Like some console is just announced.
How soon do you think we would see that releasing? By the end of this year or then next year?
Oh, I was going to say next year.
Next year. Okay. I was trying to think of like what the timeline usually is for like announcement to release of a console. Obviously, the Switch 2 was pretty quick, once they finally admitted up to, once they finally owned up to it basically and released that trailer for everything. But normally there is a little more ramp up with some of this stuff. Let's see. My next one would be Xbox is going to continue to shorten the exclusivity windows for Xbox games. We're seeing some of these things, come out quicker. We're also starting to see things that are coming out day and date on the PlayStation 5. But I think we are definitely going to start seeing things show up on the Switch 2 within 3 to 6 months of the release on the Xbox and PC, when at all possible, for the Switch 2, if there's some kind of hardware limiting situation. But I feel like Microsoft, of all of the companies, say all the companies, but it would be them and PlayStation 5. And Sony's obviously not really interested in putting out anything on the Switch necessarily. Although, yeah, I'll make that another prediction. For next, but they're already making games for PCs. PC games scale, and I think that's an advantage for them in releasing games on the Switch 2, because they can then have something scaled down and match that hardware level that they need to.
Okay. All right, I have let's see which one I want to do. Which book will come out before Grand Theft Auto? That's what I have. That's all I will say. If it don't come out this year, it's not coming out.
It's another one, huh? add that to the Wolf Among Us.
Yeah. I mean, Wolf Among Us being canceled. That's a thing for this too. Yeah. Like that's what our prediction.
My bonus prediction that I just came up with was Helldivers 2 will appear on the Nintendo Switch. That's a very loose one though, because I don't know. The Xbox audience, I feel like, is obviously a little more in tuned to multiplayer games like that, whereas I don't know that that's the case with the Switch 2. Obviously, you have people playing Fortnite on the Switch, but I just don't know that those two audiences have as much crossover as you would maybe think just by saying, oh, hey, you got third-person shooters that are multiplayer, So that's maybe maybe there's a light belief there that that'll happen, but not necessarily putting all my coins down on it, Dominic.
Yeah. I have there will be no Mass Effect gameplay trailer this year.
Mm-hmm.
It may be a trailer, but it's not going to no gameplay. At least no Mass Effect gameplay trailer before the Game Awards. Like if it is going to be something, it'll be at the Game Awards.
Oh, okay.
Like end of this year.
What about N7 data? Got to give us something for that.
There will be. I mean, I'm saying it's going to be no gameplay. Like it'll just be.
Just like a story trailer,
like a
maybe
cutscene or yeah, maybe yeah,
I
something
could
like
see
that.
them
Yeah,
going as far as like, oh,
or like stills
here's a
or
space
something.
signal that you have to decode, and then when you decode it, it gives you the date of the Game Awards or something like that. That wouldn't entirely surprise me. Feels like some shenanigans that they would be up into. All right, Dominic. My next one is when the Steam machine launches this year, it is going to be a minimum of $800. I don't know how the RAM situation is going to affect that. I think I would have said it would have been cheaper than that had the RAM situation not gotten as bad as it is. And this is maybe the higher end of prices. I was thinking maybe like a 650, kind of price tag originally, but I don't think there's any way that they can get this thing out the door for less than $800 now, unless they're heavily subsidizing it and hoping that, by selling this to someone, I am then making this much back in Steam library purchases.
Yeah. I said Blade will be canceled.
Oh man. I thought about putting that on my list too. That's unfortunate.
Oh, you want to put no bad juju on it?
No, I didn't.
I guess I
Exactly.
did.
I didn't want to wish that into the universe, Dominic.
I mean, I don't want to wish it either, but I just feel
Just looking at
it's like
reality.
I'll be surprised. Like I'll be really surprised now that if that is a game, still a game.
Yeah, because that was being worked on by whatchamacallit too, right? The Dishonored people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which they already had the other half of them closed. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna give some some positive juju here, Dominic. Xbox is going to announce that Gears E-Day will release in the first half of 2027. We'll see some more gameplay of that, and they'll give you I would say firm date, but since they're not even giving games that they're saying are releasing this year, firm dates, maybe not a firm date, but they will say, let's say spring of 2020. That doesn't feel like a spring game. Maybe first half, so we'll say summer, late first half of 2020. I could see that game coming out.
Let me see. Rock. I guess other sad news. Then I'm saying Rocksteady will be officially. I mean, I'm gonna say officially. I think it will be either shut down or it will meld into another studio.
I hate it. Okay, let me know. Or what to another studio?
Like it would just be.
It would dissolve and then appear as
yeah, be like
an independent.
There's and I think we probably hear it more so from like somebody being laid off or something, and they'll just say like, yeah, my people at Rocksteady are just working on this other thing, like with this other studio.
Come join Pebble Sturdy, my new studio.
Then that, I mean, it's just it's to be in.
Turns out we're making Marvel games now, boys.
I think they will make. I don't know. I'll say it. They'll be officially shut down. I'll say that. I'll just say they shut down. They're shut down.
That would be. Again, it's a lot of us putting stock in the name of a studio and not so much the people, because those guys, the guys that we think of, or when we think of Batman, the guys that were behind it are gone now. Like they've left. They've cashed out their checks and moved along. We're left with the people that worked on.
No, Jim is still there, Daniel. He's been there. He Jim for the Batman game. I don't know his last name, but his name is Jim. Damn, I'm sure there's a Jim there.
There's probably a Jim, yeah. But yeah, so it sucks, right? Because there is a legacy to those names. But at the same time, it's just not kind of the same. But that would be very disappointing to have that happen.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, to continue the down spiral of news, I'm gonna say Ubisoft. is not going to release a single game this year that is going to be relevant outside of potentially the Tencent subsidiary. So if there is a Far Cry game this year, like maybe it has some level of relevancy. But outside of that, I don't think we're getting an Assassin's Creed game this year. As much as like we know that there are Assassin's Creed games in the works. There's Assassin's Creed Hex. That was supposed to be like the start of their platform or whatever, I believe. And I don't see that necessarily happening. But even if we look even more insular to like just Ubisoft, like what are they going to do outside of those three franchises? Rainbow Six and Far Cry, Assassin's Creed.
Oh well,
am I going to get a Rayman game? Am I going to get a Rabbids game?
I think Division 3 is coming out this year, but that's not a prediction. I didn't have on my predictions, but I was just thinking because you said Ubisoft wasn't going to have a game. I will say Division 3 is going to come out.
Yeah, I mean it's possible.
Yeah.
And in that case, absolutely wrong there. Hopefully they can.
I think that is their one game.
Pull it together.
I'll say that'll be their one game they have this year.
Yeah. All right, what you got next, Tom?
I got the PlayStation Plus, either all tiers or I don't know, it'll be raised. I think it'll be raised.
The fact that it hasn't already is shocking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're spot on with that.
That's all I got for that. And I put and I mean I thought it was pretty easy to say it'll be raised. Because I said raised by October. At least by October it should raise the price.
I would say raise significantly too. I mean, I would like $5 or more is what I would speculate.
I mean that is significant though. That's definitely.
Right. I've got
especially if you're doing monthly.
And I feel like I'm starting to kind of run out of calendar space here. Once again, returning to Nintendo, we've got to get a new mainline Pokemon game this year. It's the 30th anniversary.
I do have that. I have new Pokemon game.
But that along with a new Zelda, along with a new Mario, feels like I'm filling up the calendar.
Well, see, I predict the Zelda
in a way that's maybe unreasonable. But I'm saying that. I'm also saying it's still not going to have voice acting. And I'm also going to say that it is going to
I believe so
score lower than Beast of Reincarnation. Its review scores on average will be lower than Beast of Reincarnation. I think the names have basically been leaked, Wind and Waves. I think that's fine. I like that, especially if they go back to like the Aloha region or something like that.
It's gotta be a Pokemon that's frequency and
amplitude.
Yeah.
He gets sued by those guys, by Harmonix.
You can see that, frequency and amplitude. Pokemon frequency.
Yeah.
Or like Pokemon bass, Pokemon
treble,
soprano. Treble.
Then they'll get sued by Mega Man, Dominic. Or as Japan calls him, Brockman and bass. How many more do you have, Dominic?
Well, I'm just some of these I probably won't really do. Okay, I said that I think there'll be a Star Fox game. That's what I said. Maybe that in place of your Zelda.
I'd be happy with that.
A Star Fox game.
Zelda, Star Fox definitely fits into a calendar a lot easier than Zelda, especially when I'm predicting basically 3 Zelda games coming out, 2 of which I think would kind of get lumped together. But at the same time, why? Like, I don't feel like they necessarily need to lump them together. So why do I think they would when they could definitely sell each of them for $70 to $80?
And I have only one more.
Absolutely,
Remus.
All right, what you got?
That Sonic 3D. There will be a Sonic 3D game.
All right. Will it be good?
No 2D Sonic. No, it won't be good.
Okay.
I mean, not for me. It won't be good.
I mean, I said 3D Sonic game. What more do you want?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if those people like Frontier, man, I don't shit. Or if they like Frontier or Forces, then what can be bad?
I don't know, because like playing Frontier, like it did absolutely nothing for me whatsoever. Just not even from like
empty-ass world.
What is it?
I said that empty-ass world,
exactly,
man.
Like what's the point of being fast if there's nothing to do here?
Yeah.
There's a random like swirly tube for me to grind on or whatever. Like Sonic is just
like they was really making like you call something Frontier, man. It's supposed to be like an epic thing. I'm thinking like, okay, they're not bad. Whatever. Might as well do the Sonic the Black Knight 2 or some shit, man. Damn.
It's funny because like I was hearing people talk about that and the other Wii one, and I remember when those games came out, people being like pretty high on them, and I was like relatively high on them because I was like, oh, like this just makes sense because like you're kind of they finally got to the point where they were using Sonic like a race car because like he moves so fast, it doesn't really make sense to control him in the way of like a Mario in a 3D platformer like that.
No.
So like the idea that he is basically on rails, so like you're just moving the camera from his side to his back and then treating him like a race car like makes a lot of sense. And that's kind of what they tried to do in those games. But yeah, they were pretty negative on him, and I was like, I don't know. I remember people being pretty up on these things at the time, or at least one of them. I can't remember if it was
what we talk about
the night one or the other one.
I know people.
The two on the Wii.
What's the one? It's called when you control 3 of them at a time.
Oh, you're thinking that's not Colors, right?
No, it was on PlayStation 2,
Triple,
Xbox, and GameCube.
I know exactly what the cover looks like. I can't think of it.
Yeah, because that was okay. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was like it was behind the back, and you just but it was all right. because I was like,
why has Google gotten so bad, Dominic? I used to be able to type things like Sonic game 3 characters and not get the game that I wanted.
Because of that AI shit, man. We gotta hear it.
Telling me Sonic 3. Like, I know Sonic 3 exists. Use all the words that I was saying. Was that Wii or Wii U? Secret of the Ring is the other one I was trying to.
Heroes, Sonic Heroes.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't play Sonic Riders. Sonic.
That's just a knockoff Kirby Air Riders, Dominic. We don't.
Yeah. Because I don't know what that green character is.
Sonic Shadow Generations, Dominic. What do you think about that? Because I feel like people were pretty positive on that one.
They were positive on that. Yeah.
Are those just Sonic perverts?
The Switch 2 version is bad though.
Oh, okay.
I heard. Because I heard that it was a bad port. It was a bad port.
Because like looking at this, a lot of this is, either side scrolling stuff or behind the back stuff.
Bring back Shadow 2. Do a Shadow 2 with like guns.
Make it online multiplayer exclusive. Is Sonic in Fortnite yet, Dominic?
Maybe. I'd be surprised if he isn't. But then again, I don't. Yeah, because
I don't think he fits, like size wise. What do you put him in a mech suit too?
Yeah, size doesn't.
Put Dr. Robotnik in there.
They would have to do it. I feel like you should just do somebody in a costume.
Oh, weirdly enough, Dominic, from 3 and 4 days ago, Sonic skins finally coming to Fortnite?
Oh wow! I didn't even know the Office was in Fortnite.
Is it really? I can play as Michael Scott?
Yeah, because I saw it on a PlayStation thing where it shows updates on games you played. Because I played Fortnite just with the Simpsons thing, and I always see the news up there. But then I was thinking like, why do they always keep destroying me Fortnite stuff on the
Okay,
PlayStation
it's
board, like the
new.
PlayStation 5 board? Yeah.
That's new stuff.
Oh, that is new.
Yeah.
Oh, it is new. Oh, okay.
Dwight and Michael Scott.
Wow, that's fucking crazy. That is crazy up there. Man, just do all like old shows. Do Cheers or something like that. Do classic shows too.
Look, Dominic, they're trying to get our generation. They're not trying to get boomers to play Fortnite.
Oh, my fault.
Frasier, get out of here. I mean, we are targeted right now, Dominic. That is what they are doing in Fortnite. Like Power Rangers, South Park, Simpsons. Like they are trying to get
Dragon Ball Z,
the last of our generation that has money to spend on garbage.
And like they've done Ninja Turtles, right?
They've got to have done MNP.
I just don't remember it if they did.
Yeah, they absolutely did.
Okay, so yeah, they've done that. Ghostbusters.
I would think so. Can't see any reason why they wouldn't have. The Ghostbusters. They definitely have Transformers in there. Yes, from 10 months ago. Ghostbusters pack.
Wow, that was just 10 months ago?
They don't have, it doesn't look like they have characters from Ghostbusters, but they have like the suits and the packs.
That's what I'm about to say. Like they probably just have suits or something. And just like with Sonic, they either can't do the characters.
Just a grown man in a Sonic hoodie.
Weird. Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Yeah. Let's just put,
Sonic in a Sonic furry suit.
Or like the shoes or something.
Yeah.
Or like a t-shirt, like a Sonic t-shirt or something, like say Sonic.
How Dominic, they put Michael Scott in this game and they didn't give us Prison Mike. I don't understand. They've got him with the Kango hat though. They didn't give us Prison Mike. I'm crazy. Disgusted. All right. Let's see. Anything else, Dominic? Do you have any other speculation or predictions here?
Nah, I don't think so.
I have one more on my list. This is a bonus one, Dominic. We're going to go another year where around Game of the Year awards, we're going to hear about how Half-Life 3 is going to be there, and then there's going to be nothing at all. Nada.
I just ignored that shit. Every time I see that, I'm like, man, whatever.
And then we're going to get High Guard, which, Dominic,
I'm just mad.
I didn't think about this, and then it was Giant Bomb I was listening to. High Guard Overwatch. You see what they did there?
Yeah.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Like they just took Overwatch and substituted synonyms.
Yeah.
Oh
man. But High Guard, that's coming out soon, right?
That is allegedly coming out on the 26th. I think there's been a lot of speculation that game is not going to come out then because we have not seen it since the Game of the Year awards at all.
Yeah, and you look on their Twitter, like there's only a few posts on their Twitter thing. Cause I was looking up there, and I was just thinking, like,
okay, one day ago from IGN, apparently it has reemerged with a launch showcase. So yes, it is still coming out next week, according to their headline. Tune in on Monday, January 26th at 10 a.m. for an in-depth look at High Guard direct from the studio, featuring a full gameplay deep dive, 1-year plans, and much more. So there you go. It's coming. Can't be stopped.
Man, I wish, the whole, I wish the idea was into like a story game or something. Like not this, not a character shooter. Or like I said, I miss the days of you just having them doing both.
Mm-hmm.
Like people might think that's ridiculous. That's what's so funny. That can be sound ridiculous now. That
you mean you had a single player and multiplayer game in the same thing? It's like two whole games.
I mean, it's still, like I said, Call of Duty's been doing it. When Halo comes out, that's been doing it. Gears is going to do it. But man, that was just a normal thing. Like multiplayer only was not. Yeah, that wasn't a thing. It was always a story with a game. It seemed like a single player, I mean, story. I'm sorry, a single player campaign or something with the game. Even if it sucked, it was something there. It was never like, oh, this is only multiplayer only. Like they even have it where you had at least bots or something. Somebody said, grab it before the servers are shut down. And then you just won't play it. I mean, that's the thing. Yeah.
All right, Dominic. Anything else for the predictions?
Nah, I'm good, man.
All right, we're going to do new releases here real quick. First up, we got 2XKO on PC, PS5, and Xbox.
Oh, shit, that just came out? I thought I was just late hearing about this game.
It's been in, like, preview access. You know, one of those things where you can get, like, an invitation if you know somebody who's already been invited. Kind of like the other one.
So maybe that's why the stuff is down, because it's just been like too many people online and they just gotta fix things up.
It's been in early access, but now it's
ranked. Yeah, ranked stuff was down.
Yeah, we also have Mio Memories in Orbit. It's out now on PC, Nintendo Switch 2, PS5, Xbox Series X. That's a Metroidvania. It looks very nice. It's watercolory looking. I've heard positive things about it. I played the demo of it during one of the like Steam Next Fest thing, and I might be interested to get back.
No, go play Ori and the Blind Forest. You didn't finish being it
yet. I never played the second one either.
Yeah,
I need to get back to Hollow Knight, Dominic. That's what I want to get back to. Or I'm too like out of it that I don't remember at all where I was, which is probably already kind of. We had Dynasty Warriors Origins come out on the Nintendo Switch 2, and then we also had
that expansion.
Oh, there's an expansion. Oh yeah, there was that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. I need to get back. I need to get back into the game. Actually, that's probably like the next game I probably really playing off, like Dynasty Warriors Origins. Maybe I could try to expand. If the expansion is something I can just go into, like I'll try it out.
Then we have Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade come out on the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, I didn't realize it, Dominic, during our predictions, but Final Fantasy VII Remake did not come out last year because it just came out on the Xbox right now with the Nintendo Switch 2 version.
No, that don't count. That's still part of last year.
That's fine. I just didn't realize that they were holding it for that long. Like that's crazy. Like, you've been done that game. You didn't need to put as much work as you did into the Nintendo Switch 2 version. Yeah, I just looked it up on their store, and it was like, yeah, buy it now. I didn't realize that it just came out. So those are our new releases, Dominic.
All right. So that's it then.
Yeah, that's it. We'll wrap this bad boy up. You guys, as always, for listening. Check us out on Twitter. Dominic is at DStalworth5. I'm at Regulus MB. Podcast is at SupaPod, SupaPod. We are also on Bluesky at supapod.com, at regulusmb.sky.social, and at DinoMan at DominicStalworth.bluesky.social. We have a website. It is supapod.com. As all of our previous podcasts, as well as links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video version of this podcast, as well as iTunes, YouTube Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, and any other place you might find an audio podcast. And until next time, talk to you.
All right, see you.